Goddamn.
Man, I knew it. What is
Uh,
going on, guys? What is going on, guys? How is everybody doing? Welcome back to another edition of NHP Unscripted. Welcome back to another edition of your post Monday Night Raw show here today. And we are about to get into the week of wrestling, man. We have an interesting week to talk about here. We have a couple things from Dynamite I wanted to mention, and then we're going to get into AEW Grand Slam Australia. There are a couple things from SmackDown to mention, and then
mhm.
obviously Monday Night Raw. So we're going to talk about all that good stuff here today with you guys here on your cold fucking night here in,
Very cold.
yes, here in the Shy. A very cold night here. And yeah, so without any further ado, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here after Monday Night Raw with NHP Unscripted, and every Friday, we are on here at 4 p.m. Central with the Newsman. If you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, that is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk, possibly talked about for WrestleMania this year, as well as a bunch of other good stories, man. There was a lot of conversation about WrestleMania pivoting with Drew McIntyre and obviously Cody Rhodes and whatnot. We went over all the releases as well as the Grand Slam Australia predictions, and I talked about all that good stuff. That is episode 253 of the news. I'm realizing now the numbers are flipped. Instead of 253, we're on 235 of Unscripted.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you guys did miss that episode 253 of the news, again, that's available on all platforms for you guys. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Links at the top of the description of this very video. And you can get today your beautiful, beautiful piece of NHP merchandise with the new, fresh redesign of the next chapter design. And you can get this available today, bonfire.com. Links at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How the hell are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just been chilling out, man. Been chilling out. Been pretty normal lately. Been pretty good, man. Been pretty good. Just waiting. We got Chamber coming up. Revolution, I guess. We had Grand Slam.
Ooh.
Um, yeah. But I'm doing good, man. Just waiting for these pay-per-view weekends. Waiting for this Friday. Normal. Waiting for the weekend type stuff, man. But I've been good. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
I am doing good, man. I am doing good, man. Yeah, just chilling, to be honest, bro. Just chilling. Nothing too much. Nothing too much, man. Yeah, same as you, bro. Just getting excited for these. Yeah, it's crazy to. And so I don't know why it feels longer than it is, because I don't know, for some reason Chamber feels like 2 weeks away, but Monday's the go home show. So next Monday is the
Yeah.
go home show. Um I think the short month, I guess, of February is throwing me off more than it ever has. It never really throws me off like this, but yes, but nonetheless, I'm excited, and it's going to be a fun weekend for Chamber and Revolution. Obviously, after that one, we're going to get into that and why I'm actually starting to become scared for Revolution. But so yeah, that is yeah, that's pretty much that, dude. But no, I'm good, man. As Durante always asks, I'm good. Fam is good. What about you, Durante, Logan, Bell, and my guy Lonnie? How are you guys doing? Thank you guys for thank you guys as always for joining us here today on your Monday for another edition of Unscripted, man, as well as my guys, a part of the Replay Mafia, JT and JB, man. So, well, I'm sorry, Lonnie, against your request. Unfortunately, the first thing we will be talking about here today, AEW Dynamite. Uh,
Yay.
so not we're not going to cover too much of AEW Dynamite. We're going to be talking a little bit more Grand Slam here today on this episode. However, there was a few things I did want to mention as far as Dynamite goes. The Death Riders defeated the Undisputed Kingdom, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, via a low blow from Wheeler Yuta to Kyle O'Reilly, which would help secure the Death Riders the victory. And afterwards, the Death Riders would jump the Undisputed Kingdom, and Daniel Garcia would come out to save them. So, I'll say this. Well, other than Kyle O'Reilly being a loser, I actually, it's nice, I guess, to see like trios matches happening in the trios division again. And that's one thing
Yeah.
that's kind of been sprinkled on a lot. You see it with the Patriarchy, and we'll get to the the group of Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata, the Ops. Um,
Noted.
so it's nice to see trios emerging in the division again, and I definitely wanted to I guess get your stance on this whole situation, man. But yeah, how did you how have you been feeling over the past couple of weeks, seeing, yeah, just like I said, more trios, I guess, having trios matches, and it how are you feeling about this?
It's really nice, man. It's really nice because there's always the complaint in AEW of, at least for me, there's so many like singles guys and singles mid card titles and situations that are always doing like multi-man stuff, and it's never for anything really. So it's really nice to get multi-man stuff that's actually for the multi-man divisions.
Yeah,
And I like that a lot. I think it makes a much healthier roster and much more organized. Who's your set people, what you're probably going to see around that. I like that a lot, so I'm glad they've been showing that a lot more. Even a little bit with the tag team in there, you could say, with, Hurt Syndicate, Guns, all that. It's actually nice to see these multi-man, men's divisions actually being shown, not as just the matches, but like the actual divisions being shown, dude. I'm really glad they've been doing that.
definitely. Yeah, and yeah, like you said, it's definitely nice to see yeah, just the like you were saying, the divisions being showed rather than just the champions against their random challengers that we plucked. I don't know how long this is going to last, and I don't know how consistent he's going to keep it. I can't promise any of that, but I can say from the past couple weeks it's actually been a lot better in terms of just showcasing just the entirety of the division. So it's been a lot better than we're used to. There was this is actually another thing I really liked about Dynamite this past week. There was a show long angle. There was a
Hmm.
story and an angle that dragged across the whole show. It was Cope and Switchblade taking the briefcase from John Moxley to get him to accept, get it, basically using this as a using the briefcase as a guinea pig to get him to accept a match at Revolution against Cope. um and um they did it in an interesting way. It was a little cartoonish, but it was, I guess, smart nonetheless.
Yeah.
They pushed, or Marina Shafir ran into a room, and the briefcase was then left outside of the room. Cope then closed the door, and Switchblade ran up with a pair of bolt cutters that he had on deck and cut the chain, and then they ran off with it. But that lasted through the night, which I actually really enjoyed. At the end of the show, Cope got Spike. He got
I
our
did
buddy.
get Spike.
Yeah, he did. He got our buddy Spike to open the briefcase, and he got Spike. And yeah, like I said, he was beating the briefcase to open it. Um, Don't really know how smart that is, being that the illusion is the AEW World Championship is in there and you're beating it with a fucking board with spikes on it.
And there was a part in there which I know what they meant, so I'm not really going to complain about it, but out of context, it looked really bad. Um, it was a part where, Cope says, this is what I think about the AEW World Title, and like, this is my care for it. And then that's when he hit the briefcase. I know what he meant. He meant it as I care enough to, break this thing out of this briefcase. But the way he said it, and him just cut to him just beating the fucking briefcase up,
Yeah.
it looked like he didn't. It just looked bad out of context. I saw people like clipping that on Twitter and like using that to shit on, AEW, which I actually watched it, so I get what he meant, but that was a very bad out of context moment where out of context it looked really bad.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't even catch that, to be quite honest with you, bro. Um but yeah, so that was cool. But the main thing, oh, they have Megan Bain fighting jobbers. So I
You
uh,
just,
okay.
it's the Tony Khan classic, dude. We have fucking Roman Reigns, and let's put him against enhancement talent. Is what they do every week. Who was the person they put against? It was Hangman.
Yeah, it
They
was
did
yeah.
against, and fuck it, like, dude, that's just a Tony Khan problem. That's one of his little things that he does that just gets to you. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though. You debuted Megan Bain in
Uh-huh.
a gauntlet match with a bunch of regular women
Shit,
on the roster.
exactly. So, like, dude, enhancement matches don't make an established name look good. It just looks worse. I don't get how he doesn't see that.
uh Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata defeated a who AEW commentary referred to as some local competitors. One of them used to work there. It was Aaron Solo.
Oh,
Uh, geez, that
that's sad. Oh, I never, dude, I didn't catch that. Oh my God, that is sad.
yeah, yep. Poor Aaron fucking Solo. This man,
Yeah, that
uh,
is genuinely the first time I think I've ever heard of that happening. That's sad.
yeah. That
Oh,
that's
that wasn't even
crazy.
bad, too. It's
Crazy
so
work. No, he honestly wasn't bad at all, bro. He was caught in the we always talk about the
what?
Jericho vortex. He was caught in the QT Marshall vortex.
Oh,
So he was a part of the factory. If you guys,
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
with Nick Camarado and QT, and it was Solo, and it was Aaron
There was
Solo, Nick Camarado,
wasn't
QT, and was it Lee Johnson?
Lee
Maybe
Johnson wasn't Mandy's husband in there or whatever his name was.
Tino.
Uh, yeah, wasn't he in there when he went to AEW? Because I think he didn't he go to AEW and didn't he join that group? I think he did.
He might have short term, but I remember he was like spoiling shit, so they never allowed him back.
I think he did. I think that's how he left the company, but I think he was in that group for a little bit when he was actually like in the company and used. Um, there was another name I'm forgetting that was like a mainstay of that faction, but man, that was a bad vortex to be in.
Yeah, that
Still is.
was yeah. So poor Aaron Solo. Poor Aaron Solo was referred to as one of the enhancement talents. Joe then did a promo afterwards where he officially declared the group name for Hook, Shibata, and himself as the Ops. OPPS. Ops.
They are the ops, bro. That shit cracked me up. I was dying.
How you feeling about the name, bro?
I fuck with it, man. I fuck with it heavy. I don't know if I don't know if Samoa Joe's been watching a little too much Jacob Fatu, but either way, I'm not complaining. It's not a bad name. It's funny because obviously Ops is it was just funny, and I don't mind it at all. I think it fits the vibe of that group. Definitely Hook and Samoa Joe. I don't know much about Shibata or Yeah, Shibata being a hop, but I guess he is. But I fuck with the name of the group. I mean, those guys are hilarious. Samoa Joe and Hook have phenomenal chemistry together, and what they do on TV is actually really fucking good. So whatever their name is, I wouldn't have minded, and I'm glad they did get an official name. Especially because it is three of them at the end of the day. No matter how much I like or don't like Shibata being in there, he is in there, so it's kind of hard to just keep saying all three guys'
Yeah,
names.
Joe Hook and
So
Shabbat. Yeah.
yeah, so I don't mind them getting a name at all, and Ops, it's hilarious, so I'm cool with it, man. But what do you think about the name?
Um. At first, it was one of those things where I'm like, "Wait, is that really the name?" But
I
it honestly, it isn't that bad. I thought because ops a lot of I guess a large portion of my life ops was just used as a term, so I thought he was just using it as a term just to
I thought he
describe.
was at first
Yeah, I thought he was just.
themselves.
Yes, I just thought I thought he was just, just saying that they were, the
They were
patriarchy's
Ops.
ops or whatever.
Yeah,
But when they actually announced it, I was like, oh, that's their
dude.
name, and I was like, well, it is a lot. It's a hell of a lot better than every time referring to them as
hmm
Joe Hook and Shibata. So, um,
And dude, hearing Shivani say the Ops made my night. That
the
was worth it.
ops,
That's worth
bro.
that's worth that shit ass commentary. It's hearing that shit ass commentary say that. It's great.
Uh, so that was pretty much everything, man. And then the one big thing, we had a backstage segment with Adam Page and MJF. And I swear to you guys, man, and you guys know I've been very critical of how the handling of MJF has been handled. And this was the first time
hmm
since probably this guy was AEW World Champion where I've actually been intrigued in what he had to say, and I was very impressed with his delivery here because it was very reminiscent of the old MJF. So MJF is in the back and he's doing an interview. Hangman walks up and he says, "Go." And MJF is looking at him like, "What?" And and Hangman says, "This is my interview time. You can go." So MJF, he asks Hangman, he says, "Dude, do you have a crush on me or something?" He says, "What is that smell?" Because the last time I remember, Jack Daniels doesn't have cologne. Hangman then says to MJF, 5 years, and that's the best you got. MJF then fires back. He says, "Okay, well, how about this? Since you don't, he says, okay, well, how about this? If that's not up to par for you, or if that's not top brass for the Cowboy, then he says, how about this whole thing you have going on? It's not you. You don't have the stomach for it." He says, "I think deep down you know that too. Every single week I watch you question every little decision you make like a lost puppy. You lost your friends, your sanity, all for what? Because you want a little apology? You're a joke. And the punchline is, these schmucks actually believe in you. And if anybody deserves an apology around here, it's me because of a lack of respect. But tonight, I'm going to show all of you when I beat Dustin Rhodes, and then go on to get my championship back. Something you all fail to do." As Adam Page looked very upset as MJF walked away. He looked like he wanted to kill him. Um, man, what did you think about this? I guess first piece of direct, material between these two guys. We've seen these guys entangled within the past
hmm
couple of weeks, but these guys, they've kind of just been bumping into each other. It's never really been anything just concrete. And this was the first time, I guess, these two actually spoke to each other, man. How did you feel about this?
I thought it was really good, man. I like how both of them read each other like a book, like nothing. MJF went straight for Hangman, and he saw right through him. Obviously the Hangman character is the whole Hangman heel character is that he's not like that guy. You know what I mean? He's sad, he's regretful, um, and that's his character. And MJF sees right through that, obviously, and calls him out on it, which Hangman also knows. And then Hangman read MJF like a book, doing the same shtick for the past 5 years, all that. Thought that was really good, dude. And, I was scared about the idea of this feud, and I'm gonna keep that fear a little bit because you never know. But overall, it eased my fear for this feud a lot. And I think it's gonna be really good if they can keep that level of just storytelling and just reading each other's characters and the character work that bounced off each other in a feud. I think it'll be good, dude, and it definitely eased me and my fear for the potential bad in the feud, but it really calmed me with that, and I'm very intrigued to see how the feud is gonna go. And now I'm actually starting to grow excitement for the feud to start up, really. So I liked it. I really liked it, and I think it did well, and it really calmed my fears for the potential bad that feud could be. It really calmed my fears on that, man. So I liked it a lot. It was really great, and it was just good shit to watch, dude. And it was really good. Two of fan favorite characters. Well, usually fan favorite characters. Now, thanks to that feud, yeah, that felt like the fan favorite MJF we were watching again. So it felt good, man. It felt good. I liked him, man. But what about you, man? What did you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, we talked last week or whatever it was, and I expressed a lot of the fear of neither one of these guys looking good coming out of this because their characters are both in a position where you've stumbled a lot of their momentum, and to put them with each other, I thought was definitely a risky move. But I will say, I mean, I was obviously going to give it a chance either way. I'll be willing to give it just about anything a chance. A lot of times I can't say how hopeful I'll be, but I'll give it a chance, and I'll say, after this first little piece of promo between MJF and Hangman, it definitely, same as you, man, it definitely did ease my fears of it a little bit. And again, I hope they can keep that level of storytelling, because if they keep that level of intrigue and storytelling, then there's no way anybody's ever going to come out looking bad, whether there is
Yeah.
a winner or a loser. But obviously, I'm gonna keep my guard up because I don't really, you never really know how much you could truly trust Tony Khan in these kind of things. But nonetheless, man, it definitely did ease a little bit of fear. And again, to see MJF just talk with that level of it just felt, it just, I don't know, it just felt, to see him
Like
talk with,
MJF.
yes, it just, it, listening to him talk just felt like MJF. It didn't
Mhm.
feel like, again, because with a lot of the Jeff Jarrett stuff, I was on here saying, it felt, and same with the Adam Cole stuff too, it just felt like somebody was telling him, hey, go cut a promo on Adam Cole and Jeff Jarrett, as to where the MJF we know, you know, it just comes off natural. It doesn't come off
Mhm.
like somebody's saying, "Hey, go cut a promo on him. Make up a promo for that." It just feels like MJF is going out there and speaking from the heart a lot of the times. But again, with Adam Cole and with Jeff Jarrett, it just felt like somebody told him, "Hey, do a promo where you hate Adam Cole or where you hate Jeff Jarrett," and it just, he went out there and it just felt forced. I will say,
Mhm.
the one thing about MJF's promos nowadays is he like grits his teeth a lot whenever he like talks about the fans.
Yeah.
He always says like these schmucks, and he like fucking grits his teeth like he's fucking carrying cross. Um, Sometimes that's a bit
extra.
Yes, definitely a bit extra, but nonetheless, I love this, man, and I'm excited to see what they do. Again, I can't really say how hopeful I'm gonna be. Um, I can't really say how hopeful I'm gonna be. The further we get into it, depending on what happens with this, but yeah, I really just hope they're able to maintain a level of intrigue to this that makes it impossible for anybody to look bad. But yeah, so
100%. I gave these my fears, and I don't. If they, like you said, if they play your cards right, no one's gonna look bad leaving the feud, no matter who wins or loses.
definitely, bro. All right, and oh Lord, AEW Grand Slam Australia. This
Yay.
took place from Brisbane, Australia, on a 21-hour tape delay.
Oh man.
We had Tony Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness on commentary.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll tell you what. Tony Schiavone is the lead play-by-play. He's not good as a color.
Yeah.
Yet the lead play-by-play, this man had Nigel fucking up all night. It was horrible. It was fucking horrible, man. Commentary
Yes.
was horrible on this show, per usual. But yeah,
No.
what what what's better than people being what's better than people being upset with Tony Schiavone and his commentary skills? Let's give him the lead play-by-play spot for the fucking Australia show. That's a great. That's a great idea.
Literally, I just did not make sense, dude. That commentary was really bad, and man, AEW commentary really needs a fucking overhaul. And another thing about this show, it was only when I first started watching it. Um, when I first started watching it on Max, I didn't even know it was live yet because it was it was under the Collision banner on Max, so of course, because it's not a pay-per-view, it never was. So I click it because I was like, oh, is it live already? I click it, and it was just a black screen, but I thought I heard, commentary, but it was just really faint. So I don't know if I was just hearing stuff, so I kept going back and forth from Max and trying to keep hitting play and shit,
Hmm.
and I literally had to reload the app and play, and then it finally was just playing the show because it was live, and I was like, okay, gotta love Max just not working when I'm trying to watch the show. And I think I heard for a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people at least, that instead of under the Collision banner, it was under the Dynamite banner, and you had to go to AEW Dynamite on Max to watch it. Fucking, it just always AEW with the pains of watching a show.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And mine was under the Collision banner. And to even
Mine
talk
was.
about that for a minute, you guys couldn't have just thrown up a new graphic. Y'all couldn't have
Grand
thrown up a
Slam
Grand
Australia.
Slam Australia logo. Nothing. Just Collision. February 15th Collision. Uh, all right.
Never fails.
So my overall thoughts on the show. So I will say, AEW turned out a fantastic show. They did. Grand Slam Australia, it turned out from an in-ring standpoint, it turned out to be a pretty damn good show. It turned out to
Mhm.
be a pretty damn good show. And, minus the ring debacle, which we will get into in just a second, man, I thought, for, what, for what they did, and again, I can't speak for the fans that were in attendance. I'm sure they feel very gypped, and they have every reason to feel gypped and robbed of a 4-hour pay-per-view show. um they have every reason to feel that way, but uh you know that goes without saying. They still did get a good show, and again, I completely sympathize with all their complaints, because I would feel the same fucking way if I was them. But But no, man, I thought they turned out a really good show. Everything from an in-ring standpoint was very good. Everything from an in-ring standpoint I thought was very good. And yeah, I mean yeah, I mean just from a match perspective, man, it did deliver on that. Again, I can't really speak on how the people in attendance felt, because again, if they did feel gypped, man, they have every right to feel gypped. They they spend their hard-earned money for what they thought was a pay-per-view, paid their pay-per-view prices, and then tickets went down, and they didn't get any of that money back, bro. So but they still did get a good show, I will say. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, that was yeah. So I mean, they did put on a good show, man. But man, it goes without saying that AEW announced that they'll be going back to Australia in 2026, and they have some
Yeah,
fucking
balls.
balls because
Mhm.
everything we knew about coming into the show got a hell of a lot worse at the show because we ended up finding a lot about the ring debacle. And they did get a ring at the show, and they still put on a good show, man. And they had a ring there, and I'll talk about that in a second, man. But also it is worth mentioning, man, Tony Khan got his fucking ass booed in front of
Love
the
to see it.
live crowd, bro.
Love to fucking see it, man.
It's well deserved.
Yeah. Oh, well fucking deserved. He deserved, like you said, dude, I can't speak on, the live experience, obviously. I was a broadcast viewer like you. Um, but from what I've seen, live, audience was very, obviously gypped overall with the overall situation. And I 100% feel them on that. I would feel gypped too. You're thinking you're buying tickets to a pay-per-view, you get an episode of AEW television and an ROH pay-per-view did they film? Was that an ROH pay-per-view they filmed before
I
Grand
don't
Slam or
I don't even
I
it may have just been TV tapings.
it might have been, I don't fucking know, but they had to get subjected to ROH and then AEW, so I really feel bad for them because they thought they were buying a pay-per-view seat. Because they were initially, and then everything changed, and there was just a whole bunch of production stuff, man. But overall, as a broadcast viewer, show wasn't bad. Obviously, it's AEW, the matches are gonna bang, and bang they did. They were great matches, all against great people, and overall it wasn't bad. I like what it did. And it was a solid show, man. It was a solid normal, which you think from an AEW show is what you'll get good matches. And yeah, I can't, like you said, can't speak for the live audience. I could only imagine how they feel. From Grand Scam, as I've heard it been called. Um, and AEW is going back in 2026, so Tony Khan got balls, man. A lot of people are asking for Sydney this time. Apparently,
Oh,
probably talk about it on
wait,
Friday.
hold
Mhm.
on. Are you talking about Cindy, Australia? As their
Is that what commentary called it?
No, that's what their ring announcer said. That's where their ring announcer said Kyle Fletcher was from. Cindy, Australia.
Cindy, Australia, not Sydney.
No,
Sydney,
no, not Sydney. Cindy.
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 He's
Cindy,
from
Australia is apparently
from
where Kyle Fletcher's from. He's not from Sydney, Australia, no.
Sydney. Good Lord, man. But they're going there next year. Apparently this year they wanted to go to Sydney, but Brisbane was paying them to go there, so they went to Brisbane. Or at least that's the excuse that Tony Khan said. We know it was the ticket prices was the main thing, but maybe they could be in there.
What
But yeah, Tony Khan just gotta.
what what
He just gotta
what
say
what
shit.
what well maybe Sydney is or maybe Cindy is willing to maybe Sydney, Australia is willing to pay them to ship a fucking ring over to
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Sydney, Australia. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
I was basically done, man. It was a solid show, I guess, but again, it was a solid show. It did its job overall. I was enjoyed. The matches were good, but it's just the whole production thing around that fucking show was just so apparent while watching the show, and especially when you're watching the matches in that fucking ring that we'll talk about. It was just something that grinds your gears while you're watching it, man. But overall, it was a good show, good matches, and that's usually what I expect from an AEW. So as a broadcast viewer, overall, I got what I expected, and it was good, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that was that. It was a good show. Again, from an in-ring standpoint, obviously it was a good show. AEW can have good in-ring shows in their sleep. There was a whole debacle over the past couple of days because a lot of fans took notice when Grand Slam Australia was airing, was the size of the ring. This led to many in AEW going, I guess, on some sort of rants on Twitter and just doing, again, a bunch of stuff that they shouldn't be doing, and that is just feeding into just online chatter and making the
Mhm.
situation worse. QT Marshall's on Twitter arguing with fans, saying that the ring was 18 by 18 and they've used an 18 by 18 as opposed to the regulation 20 by 20. He then doubled down and say that he then doubled down from the way I took it and tried to say that AEW didn't have a 20 by 20 ring. They had an AEW specific ring. He didn't necessarily give a size, but then he did say, then he did end up mentioning that they had a 18 by 18 ring that they fucking borrowed from an independent promotion in Australia. Um then Buddy Matthews sent out a tweet, said the ring was 16 by 16, which the
It
Will
looked 16 by 16.
Will Washington posted a photo of a ring that they an 18 by 18 ring that they've used before, and the ring at Grand Slam looks smaller than that ring. It
Oh,
it
100%,
looks it looks
in my
smaller
opinion.
than that ring, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that was a 16 by 16 ring. That ring was fucking tiny. Which
It was. Hmm.
there's a bunch of things wrong with that. There's a bunch of fucking things wrong with that, and obviously we're getting into it now, dude. But dude, why the okay? So there was rumors that AEW miscalculated their freight that they had to ship the ring. QT Marshall came out and said they never planned to ship a ring. Uh, okay, nice. Way to
It
make that
just
even
the
worse.
worst.
Way to
Yeah,
make.
dude, I was. Uh,
So let's just say the independent promotion in Australia decided that, they,
no.
for whatever reason, couldn't bring the ring down anymore, or they, something fell through. Maybe they needed the ring for something. What were to happen then? I mean, are we kidding? Are we kidding right now? The company's owned by a billionaire, and they have to borrow a ring from an independent promotion, and they couldn't even fucking ship steel steps. They used a step stool to get in the ring.
They literally used a step stool that you buy from Home Depot that you gotta flick out. That's what they used to step into this ring, dude. A tiny ass little step stool. It just looked so just small. It was, dude, dead ass. I would put money on that shit being a 16 by 16 because there's no way that was an 18 by 18. No
No.
way that was 2 feet off of the normal ring size. That was literally 4 feet off on all sides of that fucking normal ring size. Insane, insanely small ring, dude. And how do you not ship? How do you? So it's one thing to miscalculate shipping time. You think as a business you would calculate that, but you didn't. But shit happened. So you could say shipping fucked up. Indie promotion came in clutch. Boom, it's a solid story right there. And then you reveal the real story is you never even shipped one in the first place. I'm sure that means their plan the whole time was just to use this random indies ring just for the fuck of it. When Tony Khan, and the thing that kills me about this is Tony Khan, he's not a cheap person. He'll pay the money for this and that. He'll pay the money for this theme song, for this guy, fucking pig fucking Okada a billion yen. Like he's not a cheap promoter. Like I rag on WWE at times for being cheap because they do beat it. They do you know
Yeah.
do cheap shit every once in a while. AEW doesn't. Their problem is they got a rich kid spending money. That's the AEW problem. But the one time you don't want to spend money is for the literal ring itself to be shipped. That's insane work. Why would you not ship a ring?
Dude, I I don't know. I don't even know, man. And again, they're doubling down of the situation, I think makes it all that much worse because
Oh,
again, man, you proceeded to then double down and say, "Oh no, we actually never planned to ship a ring." Really? Why? Why? Why was
right.
that? Why was that even an option? Well, I could see if something fucked up, it got lost, whatever. Somebody mishandled it that was out of AEW's control. Shit, they fucked us out of a ring. Okay, this indie promotion came in clutch. All right, that's one thing. But to then sit there and fucking say you never shipped a ring, and
It's just
then and then, to make this all that much worse, there was a tweet sent out, a tweet and delete by Buddy Matthews that said the ring a couple thought here. I could pull up the tweet right now. Let's see.
yeah, very very intense tweet, and I don't blame him, dude. Good lord. 16 by 16. Yeah, the discourse was really bad. QT Marshall, that man is just. He's talking about you guys aren't in on the conference calls. Dude, I have eyeballs, motherfucker. I can see the small ass ring.
Okay.
Like, go
So, Buddy Matthews sends this tweet out. He says, "So thoughts after AEW Grand Slam? If it wasn't a 16 by 16 shit wrestling ring, I wouldn't have destroyed my ankle on my entrance due to holes in the padding. And two, Okada wouldn't have been able to get his foot on the rope and I would be champion. Shit happens, dot, dot, dot." Way to make yourselves look like shit. Okay?
Yeah,
You have a guy who,
from there.
supposedly is on their conference calls and he's making the big things happen. He doesn't even know what size the fucking ring is. Because according to Buddy Matthews, and I would take his word because he wrestled in it, it was a 16 by 16 ring. And holes in the padding led to him rolling his ankle on his entrance. Have you have you guys not learned your lesson to not do stupid shit? So what do you go and do? Borrow a ring from from an indie promotion?
You know those indies don't take care of their fucking ring.
They don't
I'm
have the
sure that
money
fucking
to.
no, it's an indie. You're not at least bringing your own padding and fucking. I mean, you brought your own tarps. We could tell you had to cut them to size. They looked like shit, but you didn't bring your own padding. You're using the fucking indie abused padding, and you're having your fucking main paid guys fucking wrestle on it. That's crazy work to me, man.
And then everybody tries to say, "Oh, well, Buddy was being sarcastic." Yeah, because that would lead to any good for anybody.
Yeah, that
What
just looks great for
yeah,
character work.
yeah,
Yeah.
that looks fantastic. Let me send out this tweet and if he was being sarcastic, I guarantee you he would not put that out because he knew how people were going to take it. I
Oh yeah.
guarantee you he sent that out to get that message across. I guarantee it.
Mhm. If he was genuinely, like you said, just trying to be sarcastic, do some in-character tweet, whatever, he'd have been typing that out and be like, "Oh shit, that could be looked bad out of context. Let me revise this, or let me just not post this." Nah, he felt some type of way, and I would too. I would be furious if I rolled my fucking ankle over a production fail from the company. I would be furious.
This man done fucked around and rolled his ankle because you could not ship a ring. How do you get your ring to London?
Yeah, what did you do? You shipped it. I'm pretty sure you shipped it.
You can't ship it to Australia? I mean, are we kidding?
It's
Dude,
not that far.
and then the whole thing of well, AEW always does different ring sizes. Oh, oh. Okay, that's a great excuse. I love when I'm watching an NBA basketball game and game 1 of the finals has a 10-foot rim and game 2 has a fucking 12-foot rim because fuck it. Or and then game 3 they lowered the rim down to 7 feet so everybody can
Yeah,
dunk. I love when they do
yeah.
that. I
I
love
love
it.
when. Oh, I love it. I love when you're watching football instead of being in a normal football stadium with the correct amount of yardage, whatever. You're in the high school field. You're just playing about. You probably got like 30 less yards in total, but you're still just playing like nothing. Shit happens. You change shit all the time. Like, bro, that doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
I I I,
That's
lo-
not how sports work.
I love watching the Super Bowl when the standard field is about has about 100 yards of playing field, and then obviously your other 10 yards for the touchdown areas. I love when they play on a 150-yard football field. I love it. I mean,
Bro,
seriously, why are you experimenting with different ring sizes? I mean, what the fuck?
that's
What?
something you do. You have a ring size. Plus, it would just be easier, cheaper production wise to have one ring size. You make one size apron, one size turnbuckle. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you're not experimenting. You just didn't think you saw an opportunity. Oh, they got a ring over there. We'll just use theirs. Homie, you're not carpooling. You're doing a major fucking event for a major wrestling company. You're not just, oh shit, we could just carpool together when we go there, bro. That's not what you're doing over here.
Uh, You know, uh, I I don't know, man. I don't know what an absolute fucking joke. What an absolute joke that is. Let's not ship out a wrestling ring. Uh, Another thing I wanted to mention: do not be surprised if all of a sudden the Hounds of Hell see all their they didn't have any to begin with, but
I was gonna say,
any momentum that may have been there, or maybe any ideas that Tony Khan had to maybe use them in the future for a couple weeks. Uh, do not be surprised if all those are gone, and then tell me that Buddy Matthews was fucking around in that tweet.
oh, exactly. I would bet money that they're about to get some Ricky Starks treatment. They are just not gonna get a call for months on end. I have that feeling. I have that feeling.
What an absolute joke. Which, Buddy has every right to be upset. He has every right to be upset, man. You don't ship a ring, and then I come out from my entrance and roll my ankle because you just couldn't get a fucking ring out here?
It's like, what?
And then
Ugh.
obviously, they get butthurt because people, state the obvious to them and they say, well, I don't understand why you guys had to borrow a ring in the first place. Last year, WWE shipped they didn't even just ship a ring. Bro, they fucking shipped an elimination chamber, an entire structure over
Like, dude,
by boat.
it's not that difficult. It's really not. It's just shipping cost. Tony Khan acting like the roster has to fucking load the truck and load the fucking dock on the boat up. Like, bro, you you just pay for it. You got the money. I I don't get it.
What an absolute joke of a debacle for something that should have never, ever, ever been in question. Is
Oh,
should we borrow a ring from somebody? You guys want to be up there with WWE? You guys want to be looked at that level with WWE? Well, start fucking acting
the
like
little
it.
things. It's the
And
little
ship a ring. I
ship
mean,
a ring, please. Because
what
there's no
the
way you just
fuck?
have one that you fucking. Because you got two weekly shows. I know you have more than one ring at a time. What are you doing, bro? I genuinely just don't understand the 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 process behind you not shipping a ring. I really don't get it. How'd they get the Trons over there? You
That
know what I mean? I know they ship the Trons. Well, you're not. I don't understand it, dude. It's genuinely just mind-boggling to me.
crazy, crazy work. Crazy work. And again, you watch it on television, for as good as the matches were, the size of the
Oh,
ring just looks so, it just looks, and then again with the little step stool they had, it just looks so amateur.
it did. It really did.
It looks so fucking amateur, dude. I'm sorry, man. And again, this is coming from somebody who thinks this was a good show. I thought it was a
Yeah,
really good show. But man, I
I liked
don't
it.
know how they make mistakes like this, dude.
No, I don't get it. I don't understand how mistakes like these are constant.
We're 6, 7 years into the company. And this is what we're doing, and then you have the balls to tell the fans we're coming back next year.
2026, they got major balls, dude. I gotta give it to them.
I certainly hope they fucking learn to ship a regulation size ring next time around.
I hope so.
And for anybody that has great ring awareness, please go with the regulation 20 by 20 ring, the regulation for a major company, because what a great way to fuck up somebody's ring awareness.
I was gonna say, I feel like we're going from a 20 by 20 to 16 by 16 would just be that'd be a task. It'd be like you're driving a normal sedan and the next day you're driving a semi. It's like you're not used to that. I feel like that would just fuck me up
If
immensely.
if I can give any example, when you're playing basketball and you
Mhm.
take the rim down because you want to dunk, you get your couple dunks in, but then once you shoot at that 7 foot rim, once you
Oh,
shoot at that
sure, you're
shit, you
missing like
you you arch your shot to shoot on a 7 foot. Once you raise it back up to the regulation 10 footer, you suck at least for a couple shots or maybe a day, because you
yeah.
got to get your shot back used to arching higher. So if I could, maybe give any example, or maybe relate with some of the performers on that, I'm sure it's like that. So
No, exactly.
good lord. The show opened up with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay defeating the Don Callis family. Everybody got great reactions here. Kyle Fletcher actually got great heat, which was crazy, being that he's from Australia. But he did get some good heat. Mark Davis was out there. I guess maybe just for the reaction. He just wanted to connect with some people on a casual vibe. Out
He was
there.
he was back like, no way, this shit is 6 by 16. I'm coming out, y'all. I gotta see this shit for
Yeah,
myself.
he might have, dude. He might have. So, this match was spectacular. Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega have a very badass finisher. It's a one winged angel. It's a one winged angel, but while he has the guy up on his shoulders, Ospreay comes off the top rope with a hidden blade into, and then obviously it's finished
The
out
rest
in
of
the
the
one
one.
winged angel. Um,
Mhm.
Absolutely fantastic, bro. Absolutely fantastic. This was an absolutely fantastic tag match. I thought it was good stuff. And that is how it ended. And they pinned Takeshita. So they pin the international champion. So what does this mean? For some reason, AEW is doing a international championship series where Roddy and Orange Cassidy face off this week on Dynamite. Then next week on Dynamite, the winner of that match faces Takeshita, and whoever wins that match goes on to face Omega for the international championship at Revolution. I don't I don't know why
Look,
Takeshita isn't like the final boss in that whole thing. I don't know why the grand prize here is facing Kenny Omega, but being that Kenny Omega is not the champion, but
he's literally just
what?
that's just that Tony Khan trying to be different logic. Um, literally, it makes no sense. You guys got to face each other, and whoever's still the champ or is new champ faces this guy who isn't a like. I, I, I don't get it. I get you're trying to be different, and it's different, but it's just that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm sorry.
No, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. So that was that. Again, very good tag match. I enjoyed it, and obviously all three of these guys, all three of these guys are or not all three, all four of these guys are spectacular talents, man. Are spectacular talents, and um, it's going to be very interesting at Revolut. Well, we do have a little bit more with Omega and Osprey later in the match, but no, or later in the night. But I thought that I thought that this was great, and yeah, I mean all four guys are great. So yeah, this was good stuff.
Exactly, man. Obviously, that was going to be a great match. The tag team, Kenny, Will, does go crazy, obviously. And I think it was a really good opener match, dude. I really like the finisher, the combo finisher, very devastating finisher. Um, and overall, like what these guys did with this. I don't love, the whole international, forget that's the fucking title's name, every time. I don't love the whole situation they have built up for that, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and nonetheless, it was a good match.
And the next match was Mercedes Moné versus Harley Cameron. Um, this match ended with Harley missing a swanton. She missed a swanton, and Mercedes immediately countered it into a moneymaker. So
Mm,
that was that. The match was okay. I could definitely see what people say about Harley Cameron having potential. Again, I wasn't one of the people that I know there were a lot of
Fair.
people that wanted her to win this match.
Okay.
Mercedes is not losing to Harley
No.
Cameron. I'm sorry, but I see what you guys are saying. I will say, character wise, she's very intriguing. In the ring, she does have a lot of work to do, especially when you're in a place like AEW. You at least have to somewhat hold up your end of the bargain in the ring. And I think that I think she's got a little bit more work to do in the ring, but I could see what people are saying when they, see potential in her. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't one of the people, like I said, that wanted to see her win the title or anything here. But nonetheless, I know a lot of people thought that this match, Mercedes was going to make Harley Cameron into a superstar with this match. It was not anything like that. It was not anything
No.
like that. Mercedes can have, a fantastic match, but I'm not saying Harley's bad, but when you're to Harley's level, that's a lot harder of a task than putting Mercedes with Chris Statlander, and
Yeah.
expecting them to have a good match, because Chris can hold up her end of the ring, or
Exactly.
hold up her end of the bargain in the ring. Harley, although there is potential, is not there yet. Um, but that's my 2 cents. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I think she's okay. I can see there being potential there someday. But I doubt AEW uses her past this, to be honest. So
I really wouldn't doubt it. I hope they do because, uh, like you said, I wasn't one of those bad Charlie Cameron's gonna beat Mercedes. She's insane. Obviously none of that. But I like Harley. It's nice to. She's charismatic and she has an energy of I want to be there. And she's when you're watching her, you can tell she likes being there and enjoys her time on TV. Which for someone in AEW, that
It's a
actually
rarity.
is really refreshing. Exactly.
Yes.
So she's actually not bad. It is nice to watch someone that enjoys what they're doing, is having fun, and it wants to be there. That is actually very refreshing. And she's no fucking Will Ospreay or Mercedes in the ring. I don't expect her to be because she's still in that process of learning. Um, which is good. And as long as she can learn to just, at the very least, keep pace with people who can bang, you'll be fine. I think some people that's where they shine. There's people in the ring who by themselves aren't some bagger machine, aren't gonna fucking go make you go crazy on the weekly. But when they are in there with people that bang, they bang. As long as you become one of those at least, I think she'll be good in AEW. And again, she's not bad. It's nice watching someone that has energy of I like being here and I like showing up to work. It actually is really refreshing. But I didn't expect her to win. It was obvious Mercedes win for me, obviously. And I do get what people see in the potential with Harley. Don't think it's there yet, but I think the potential is there. So it wasn't bad, and obviously Mercedes won. And at this point, I couldn't tell you who, when, where, if Mercedes loses that title, man. Because oh
Bro,
my god,
the only thing I could think, and this is why a lot of people wanted her to lose the title at Final Battle in
oh
December.
Athena,
The only thing I could think is they have Athena drop that championship WrestleMania weekend and come back to AEW television because, dude, she is just. It's not even worth saying it's criminal anymore, bro, because it's that criminal. I mean, some of the craziest stuff I've ever seen. How they have just kept her hostage down there for as long as they have. It's mind-boggling to me, man. It really is mind-boggling how they did how they did Athena during this AEW run to the point where she never gets to see television, man. And it just I I that's the only thing I could think of because Athena is from Texas, and I know a lot of
mm,
people want to see it. That's the only thing I could remotely think of, unless they bring somebody in that's gonna change the game for the women's division or whatever. But I don't know what they got in mind. Hopefully it's that. But yeah, so that was that. Osprey and Omega, they cut a promo where Kenny Omega calls out Takeshita and he challenges him for the international title at Revolution. Osprey then walks in and he says that he would have never imagined him and Omega on the same team. He then calls out Kyle Fletcher. He says, in your home country, they're not even cheering you, but they're cheering for babyface Billy. He says they don't cheer you because you always have to get the family involved. But at Revolution, we will be locked away because I am challenging you to a steel cage match.
mm.
Banger alert.
Oh, dude, I know that's gonna go crazy. And if it's anything like the last AEW Steel Cage match we got, I'm excited. I like that idea. I like the idea of both of these matches. Obviously there's the fogginess with the whole, championship with the cash thing, but overall, those are two really good matches announced for Revolution.
Yes. So he says we will see if you are the he says he we will see if you truly are the proto star because I am Will Ospreay and I am on another level.
Oh,
Um let me tell you, if Ospreay and Fletcher is anything like Ospreay and Fletcher from World's End, we are in for quite the treat because
mhm.
holy fuck. Them in a steel cage just sounds beautiful to me. Kenny Omega and Takeshita. Revolution sounds pretty dope, minus the main event. Um, Revolution sounds pretty fucking dope. Again, minus just the main event, dude. So, no, I mean, I like this. These two matches. I was not very excited for Revolution. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was kind of just like, Mox and Cope, okay, whatever. Now that they've added these two, the excitement has raised a little bit. I am all for seeing another Osprey and Fletcher match. So
Oh,
yeah, I'm stoked for that, and obviously Omega and Takeshita have done very good work together as well. So I'm excited for both of those, and that again, it makes me a hell of a lot more excited than I originally was for Revolution.
definitely, man. It makes me a lot more excited for Revolution because, like, I was in the same boat as you. I was like, oh, it's Revolution. That's
Yeah.
coming up. But now with the announcement of those two, that is very intriguing. And let them announce more good shit, dude. I want to see the Hurt Syndicate. I want to see the Ops in something, dude. I want to see people that I fucking care about on TV in things. And that wouldn't be the main event of the show. But, we'll get to that when we get to that, man. But definitely, Revolution is starting to shape up a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yes. Yes. And just even thinking about Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher in a cage is
Very exciting.
very exciting. Very exciting. So the Death Riders versus Cope and Switchblade. I will say we got a pretty dope Cope entrance.
There you go.
We got the entrance from Cope, and again it was pretty dope. He
Dude.
it's so
Oh, good.
stupid. Cope was getting his theme song sung throughout the arena, and he's standing in the ring and he's listening to it, and all of a sudden he just starts like doing high knees. Way to ruin the moment, Cope. Way to ruin the moment. But he starts doing high knees and starts like running around the ring, screaming to the point where his face is like purple. So gotta love Cope. But nonetheless, the entrance is very cool. I always love hearing them sing Metalingus. They did it in well, they did it a couple times back in WWE. I want to say one of them was for his last match in Toronto, and then the very first time they did it was at Clash at the Castle, the first one in Wales, and that was like 70,000 60 70,000 people doing it, and that was just that was amazing. That was fucking amazing. But no, so it's always cool to see, those kind of entrances, man. The Death Riders, they gotta take that. They gotta take that fucking horn. Uh,
Oh.
Dude, that is just such a vibe killer, bro. Like, which that the guitar riff was so specific to them.
That was the intro.
It was
Like,
that was the intro. That would be
yeah.
like the Undisputed Era coming out, and you fucking added a clown horn before Shock the System. Like, why would you? Why? Yeah, like why would you do that? Like, no, like, but the Death Riders, man, they had a great just that wow, that guitar riff in the beginning. I thought that was great, and then they just added this about as fucking depressing as their act, and it's just like
And then
what are we doing?
intro guitar riff hits. It's like, dude, you're putting a hat on a hat for no reason. You already got the intro. Why are you adding another one? Is this Def Rebel?
I don't know, man. Mikey Ruckus might be taking some inspiration from Def Rebel.
Oh, Mikey Suckus.
The match goes to an instant start. Through the match, Switchblade hits a Blade Runner to Cesaro or Claudio. He hits a Blade Runner to Claudio, which then it gets interrupted by Wheeler Yuta. Great.
I don't know why Wheeler Yuta is just the dog of this fucking faction, but he is, man. I don't get it. I like Yuta too, but god damn, he ain't like that.
Yeah, Cope spears Claudio through a table in the corner. Moxley then gets in the ring and immediately deters his attention away from Claudio, as Cope seemed like he was going for the win. Moxley then takes advantage of the distraction and gets Copeland in a bulldog choke, which Wheeler Yuta was then choking out Jay White to stop Jay White from breaking up the bulldog choke against Copeland. And Copeland passed out as the Death Riders, Claudio and Moxley, defeat Copeland and Switchblade here on this night of AEW Grand Slam. This I predicted on Friday to a fucking T. And see, the thing here is I so genuinely think that do not be surprised if Adam Copeland beats Jon Moxley at Revolution, which a lot of people have been asking for them to blow up the Death Rider story. Okay, fine. You have every right to feel that way. The storyline has sucked to no fault of any of the Death Riders.
No.
However, they're going to blow it up for who, you might ask? Maybe Adam Page, maybe a Jay White, maybe I don't know, Darby Allin, somebody, maybe a younger guy, maybe a more youthful guy to, continue to carry the company. No. Adam Copeland. Do not fucking be surprised if Adam Copeland leaves Revolution with the AEW World Championship. Do not be surprised.
I really wouldn't be, man. When that match ended, the way it ended with Cope just passing out like that, he was the one that got passed out and lost the match. Dude, I think you're right, dude. And that just, yeah, that just scares the soul out of me, man. I mean, Cope with an AEW World title. That just sounds like the most cringiest run of a lifetime, dude. I mean, he already does it, dude. The whole Spike thing, Cope, fucking this, that. He's just a cringy guy. He's one of he just thinks things are cool when they are far from cool. And oh man, and like you said, I get blowing the story up because it gets to a point where if something gets to a point where it's so bad and so unwanted, you have to change plans, and you're basically on the cusp of that right now. But for all the people you could blow this up for, you got Hangman. I'll take this fucking Swerve second title run this fast. That fucking tape Cope. Like, dude, there's just so many people I would much rather see slotted into that fucking blowing up of the Death Rider story just for this person. And Cope is at the bottom of that fucking list, dude. I mean, it's just not it's just not what I want to see, dude. I like Edge, I do, but a lot of his run in AEW is just really cringy and really overly dominant for some reason, which again is why this loss is very scary, and it's just not something I would want to see. And Hit a Rainmaker mentions in the comments, I genuinely totally forgot about that Christian Cage
Mm-hmm.
fucking title shot he has. That's probably what we're getting. I don't know if it'll be very well could be at all in Texas, man. And good Lord, what a
At the
main
very
event.
least, Double or Nothing.
Exactly. If it's double or nothing, I'll
Or
take it. But
Dynasty.
I could see Dynasty too. I could definitely see Dynasty. I I fucking pray that it's not an all in. But
But then
I
what do you?
definitely
But then what's your AEW title match at All In? Because don't tell me you're gonna do Christian versus Darby.
no, you can't.
uh,
He he
I
is he does have like on
and
screen relation to like Nick Wayne and
yeah,
shit.
he
So
then yes, they do have an old they do have an old feud. They do have an old feud. So I don't know about that. I mean, they've had really good matches, man, but for your biggest show of the year, this is your WrestleMania? I don't know. I don't
those
know about
guys,
that. I
like
don't know about Christian and Darby if that's where we go.
no, not Christian, dude. And uh, I don't know, man. I don't like how this is shaping up.
Me neither, bro. Me neither. And again, you mean to tell me we're gonna blow up the Death Rider story for Copeland? Again, I'm
Mm,
literally fine with them doing it for anybody else,
man,
a young guy, or a guy that
is a
represents the
step.
future of AEW. Um, again, Hangman's a pride of the Hangman and Darby at All In. If you wanted to do that, that sounds good to me.
Dude, Darby putting the final bullet in the heel Hangman character. That's the story for All In right there. You got it. Easy. Simple pat. No, like, and you're not gonna do. You're gonna get Christian and Darby at fucking All In. Come on, man.
I don't know how that sounds, bro. But again, this match, this Death Riders and Copeland and Switchblade match ended exactly how I predicted. And again, do not be surprised if Adam Copeland walks out of Revolution with that championship. Do not fucking be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at this point.
So, um, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy comes out. He's doing his entrance and he rolls his ankle. And now we evidently know why. But he rolls his
Yeah.
ankle. This match ended. The ending portion of this match, he hit a Murphy's Law, Nigel McGuinness called it, and Tony Schiavone is yelling Matthew's Law over him. So gotta love that. He hits a Murphy's Law on Okada. Okada gets his foot on the bottom rope, and they wrestled a little bit on the outside of the ring. They get back in. Okada is in the ref's face, and Buddy goes up from behind him. Okada kicks his back foot out and low blows him as the ref is, distracted because he's got Okada in his face. He then hits him with a Rainmaker and hit a Rainmaker.
Right.
And he defeats Buddy Murphy. The match was very good, but it just seemed like Buddy again. He did. So it didn't seem like it, but he obviously couldn't get to a certain point because he rolled his ankle. He rolled his ankle
Mhm.
in the beginning of the match, and it you could definitely tell. You could definitely tell because and he still wrestled a very good match, but I feel they had a bit more to give, and I think a lot of that was
Yeah.
contributed to the fact that he rolled the shit out of his ankle in the beginning of it. So yeah, so that is that. That is that. And I thought it was a good match. Like I said, I thought it was a good match, man. I just felt bad for Buddy because, again, you could see him roll his ankle on his entrance, and, it just sucks that, they couldn't, continue to do a little more. So, yeah. So say goodbye to Buddy Matthews because this is probably the last time we're going to see him. So it's been a
Oh,
ride.
exactly. He's about to get the Ricky Starks phone call of no phone calls for a few months, man. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, like you said, it was a good match. Could have been better, but mainly because he rolled his ankle on the quote 16 by 16 shit ring. Um, so but yeah, it was a good match that could have been even better, but obviously circumstances with horrible production kind of took that down a few notches. But nonetheless, it was great, and I'm glad though that they got to showcase. He got to showcase himself. Sadly, it was limited because of AEW production, but it was nice seeing him able to, show himself for once.
Yes. And the main event was Toni Storm versus Mariah May. Mariah May had hit 2 Maydays, which would then lead to a kick out. She would then go for a Storm Zero. Tone. Oh, sorry. Um, Tony would then go for a Storm Zero, and Mariah would slip out. Mariah would then go for a Storm Zero of her own, which would then, which she would hit, and she would get Tony up for a final Mayday, and Tony countered it and rolled her up for the victory, which, if you guys remember, Toni Storm, rookie Toni Storm that we were just accustomed to seeing, she won all her matches with a roll-up. So she was, I guess, mastering the craft to use it on Mariah May, and it ended up working as Toni Storm walked out of here, AEW Women's Champion. I thought the match was good. But God, I would be lying if I told you guys that I did not feel a little bad for that being the final product of Mariah May's World Championship reign. And I love Toni, but I do not know where we go from here. I'm lost.
No. Oh yeah, there's nothing clear next for Tony Storm, dude. Personally, I would probably had Mariah May at least do one defense, and then continue the story a little bit. Then you have Tony Storm go and win it, but Tony Khan he likes fucking blowing his load. So that's what we got here, which again it was a good match, and I do like the story, the in-ring story of Tony Storm with the roll up, all of that. Tony Storm phenomenal. Only one deserving of a paycheck. We've been through this.
Yeah.
But I personally would have continued the story a little past this, man. But they wanted to give her a moment in Australia, and I do get that. But it was a good match. It was just no idea what's next for Tony. And as for Mariah, I really feel bad. I hope she gets used a decent amount after this because I'm not sure that's a guaranteed with
Ugh.
Tony Khan. And her run was really a detriment from Tony Khan. Tony Khan didn't do a whole lot with her when Tony Storm wasn't there, and I think that's obviously no fault of Mariah. I'm sure she could have had a great story with anybody, but they just didn't do nothing with her for much of that down period between Tony Storm and Tony Storm. So it sucks for Mariah May, and I really hope we do still see her as a constant on AEW television, man. But that's not always a guaranteed, and I have no clue what's next for Tony Storm, and I hope Story is involved in there somewhere.
Me too, man. Me too. So, well, that was AEW. That was AEW. Yes, that is. Yes, she came into AEW. I want to say.
Was that 2022?
Damn, when the fuck did she come into AEW? It
I
was.
don't think she's been there
Was it 2021?
3.
Let's
Was
see.
it? Oh, fuck, it might have been.
Let me see.
Oh my god. Wait,
When did.
debuted. Oh yeah, I think it might have been 2021.
Okay. Tony Storm. Let's see. Okay. So Tony Storm debuted in AEW on the March 30th, 2022 episode of
Okay.
AEW Dynamite. Okay, so I was thinking I was 2021 was when she got released from WWE. That's what I was thinking about. So this is her fourth title reign in 3 years.
Wow. I mean, good for her, dude. Good for her.
Yep. Yeah, I mean we say it all the time, man. The only woman in that division worth a paycheck, Tony Storm.
I'm
So,
telling you. Goddamn.
well, so yeah, that was AEW Grand Slam Australia. Again, good show. It was a very good show. Again, minus the ring debacle and AEW doubling down and just being negligent towards a huge problem that is not
Mm.
ordering a fucking ring to be shipped. Other than that, from an in-ring standpoint, minus the ring looking incredibly amateur, they did put on a very good show, and I just feel sorry for the people in Australia, and I really hope that they at least felt like they maybe got their money's worth. I
I
hope
really hope they do.
so.
I hope so.
Yeah, because honestly, as a paying customer, man, I'm telling you, bro, when we went to Survivor Series, if I paid for a fucking Survivor Series event and they changed it to a taping of the WWE live Super Show, I probably would have flipped my shit. So it's
Oh, shit.
yeah, I mean
100%.
no more Survivor Series, man. Actually, on Saturday, November 25th, we're actually going to do special in-house main event tapings. Oh, all right.
Oh, and thanks.
Gee, thanks.
Like,
So I do feel sorry, and again, I feel that they got their money's worth, man. But if you do want to feel like you got your money's worth,
mm,
W Energy. W Energy is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting jitters. W Energy is a clean formula, sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W Energy products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase, man. So as always, thank you to the crew over there at W. Thank you for sponsoring us. Thank you for sponsoring what we do here. And hey, man, if you guys want a great piece of energy drink, or a great energy drink, or a great piece of a great snack, man, maybe a great
mm,
snack to energize yourself during those long Wednesday nights or those long episodes of 3 hour SmackDown, go check out W Energy, man. Shout out to W. As always, thank you guys so very much. As always, shout out W.
really, always gotta shout out W, whether you gotta, like you said, stay up dynamite, those fucking dreadful 3 hour SmackDowns, or just work out, whatever it may be. Try W. It'll keep you awake and energized.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, SmackDown.
Dude, this show cannot be 3 hours anymore.
Holy shit.
Dude,
Woo!
listen,
I thought we were getting The
Dynamite
Rock.
takes you.
I thought that's why they did this.
Literally, I thought we were gonna get hour-long rock segments every other week, or at least every 2 weeks or something, dude. Well,
Shit.
I'm telling you, Dynamite half the time ain't even as boring as 3 hours of SmackDown. Dude, it'll be not seven, it'll be like 8:20, and I'll be sitting there like, oh wait, fuck, there's another fucking hour and 40 of this thing on. Oh, dude, it's so bad. It's
You,
every time at 9 o'clock, I'm excited. I'm like, dude. Damn, SmackDown's about to end. And nope, another hour.
you know, according to the NXT audience,
Oh,
NXT had a very good Vengeance Day show. They got to
oh,
hurry up and call some of those people up and put them
oh
on
fuck.
this show, because this is just yikes. This SmackDown is a long watch. Hey, what up, Hunter? How's it going, dude? Oh, Sir K is frozen. I thought he was looking perplexed about SmackDown being 3 hours. He probably is, but no,
I'm
man.
back.
Oh,
There-
okay. There, yeah. There you go. There you go.
SmackDown took me out. That's how I feel every Friday night watching SmackDown.
It's all right. I was saying what's up to Hunter in the meantime, and I just looked back and I thought SmackDown took you out.
And
So
they damn near does. Trust me.
understandable. I thought the whole reason we were getting these 3 hour SmackDowns was because I thought the first hour was going to be engulfed with those hour-long Rock segments. The Rock ended
Yeah.
up
And
fucking this up royally.
I thought at the start of the year with the whole, transfer window stuff, I thought they were really going to even out these rosters and give SmackDown, people and a leg to stand on. And now they have 3 hours with it's an hour and a half amount of people. You know what I mean? It's so, it, holy shit.
Yeah, it is. Man, it is. It's
Very
it's
long.
it's a rough watch. It's a rough
Hmm.
watch, man. I don't know. Again, I really thought we were going to be getting those hour-long Rock segments, and that was the reason they moved us to 3 hours. And yes, like I said, man, the Rock definitely fucked this whole thing up royally because with him not being there and with Cody not really feuding with anybody too concrete right now. I mean, they just started the whole solo stuff and whatnot. When I tell you Jacob Fatu is carrying this show on his back, I mean he's actually carrying the show on his back. Um,
It's literally the fucking Jacob Fatu and Tomatonga show. That's really all people care about.
yes,
Like that
it
and
is.
Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, it definitely. Kevin, yes, Kevin has been a great part. Kevin has been a great part of this. Now they got McIntyre over there. I do miss seeing Drew
Which
on
but,
Mondays.
but,
Um,
but I do. I do.
yes, but at least having him over there, is gonna make it a little better. And I think things are gonna pick up once Cody's got his Mania opponent figured out and all that kind of stuff. Even though I was seeing rumors that Cena is touring with the Raw brand after Elimination Chamber, so a lot of people don't have him winning. So what the fuck is going on?
Fuck,
Like what
man.
I
What the fuck? What
I
is going on? Is Punk gonna win? Is he gonna like soft move to SmackDown? Dude, what the fuck is going on? Fuck.
I I don't fucking know,
God
man. I don't know.
damn.
You know what made please no. You know what made this even worse of a watch this Friday?
Mm,
Out
mm.
of everybody to replace Joe Tess for this night of SmackDown, they pick
You Vic.
this cornball, Vic
Oh,
Joseph.
little Lariat.
Dude,
Holy shit. He's literally like fucking Excalibur, dude. He just
he's
moans.
dude, yes, he just moans words, bro. T Harris, Heil
Yes.
Driver. Dude,
Let's go. Kid. Like, bro. Oh,
Hunter, at this point, especially with the lack of seeing Punk on Monday Night Raw,
it might be fucking true. It
which,
might be
which,
true,
wait,
dude.
hold on, let's pump the brakes right there. I
Uh-huh.
swear, I swear to God on everything, you are going to
Uh,
really derail a lot of people's excitement for WrestleMania if you, because I'm already seeing the rumors, if you even think about stepping in the direction of John Cena versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania,
Oh, you're gonna piss so many people off, dude.
dude,
That that's not his final Mania match, dude. I
the
do not
final
care.
Mania match again. I mean that is Kurt Angle being forced to
And
wrestle
then
his
for
retirement match against Baron fucking Corbin levels.
literally, dude. Like at this point, if fucking Cody and KO is busy and he's not going for the world title, just do fucking Orton at this point for Cena or something. Take
At this
somebody
point,
that I fucking know and care. Do AJ. If AJ is not facing Breaker, which after tonight I think he might do, because something, dude, something. I don't fucking know. Anybody but Logan, dude. Anybody but Logan Paul.
bro, again, if Punk does end up winning that chamber, again, because with the lack of seeing him on Monday Night Raw, it's something that could very well be a possibility. Unless they actually go in the direction of Punk, Cena, and Cody. Which
They
again,
could.
I wasn't too big of a fan of, but I mean,
No.
both of those guys are in the chamber, so how would you do that? But dude, when I tell you, I cannot wait for that Elimination Chamber review because
Oh, I can't
I
wait.
just need to fucking see, dude. It's killing me. It's fucking killing me. I need to fucking see where all this is going because I swear on everything, if John Cena's last WrestleMania match is against Logan Paul, that you
Hit a Rainmaker's hitting it right. He better be super duper Cena. He better be not golden shovel, platinum shovel. I need that to be a fucking squash.
dude,
Like what?
that has Saudi show written all over it. WrestleMania,
Exactly.
craziest work I think I've ever that craziest work I think I've ever heard. If that's the direction they go in, again, unless Punk wins the chamber, but then, if you do the triple threat, how the hell do you get John Cena in there?
Like I'm sure I could see Cena and Punk being the final two, but still, how do you work Cena in that picture, dude? He has to do something. It has to be, you know, for something. Like, dude, I don't fucking know, dude. I really don't know. Maybe he has a favor with Paul Heyman too that we don't know about, because I don't fucking know. Maybe, Cena wins and Punk uses his favor against Heyman,
Uh,
whatever that might be.
uh,
But then Punk has mentioned before, like it's not the favor isn't that big, but he could have just been joshing people because, dude, I don't fucking know. This is a roller coaster of a Mania build, dude.
it is certainly unpredictable. It is
It
certainly
is.
unpredictable. Another thing, so again, Vic Joseph was on commentary, bit of a rough listen, but Charlotte Flair ends up choosing Tiffany Stratton on this show, which before this, Tiffany was helped out by Trish Stratus. And apparently we're getting some sort of tag match with Tiffany and Trish at Chamber.
Tiff. Yeah, I think it's Tiffany, Trish, and I forgot. I think it's Charlotte and somebody,
Charlotte
maybe.
and Nia.
I think it might be Charlotte and I think it probably is. Which, okay.
Way to waste a spot.
Literally, like, dude,
Just
just
do a
give me the
Tiffany
fuck.
match.
Exactly, like,
Like,
I
uh,
don't
let's see.
fucking know. I don't know.
So, okay, Elimination Chamber. Mm,
Candace. Okay. Hey, well, Candace gets pay-per-view match.
really, it's it's
That's
it's Candace.
apparently Hit Rainmaker says it's Candace. So you know what? I'll take it. It gets Candace on a pay-per-view. I'll take it.
That's
I'll still
doable.
probably take a men's tag match better, but still, I'll take it.
All right, well there it is. There it is, man. That's well. I mean, that. I'm happy for Candace, but
I am.
regardless, Charlotte Flair chooses Tiffany Stratton for her WrestleMania match. This comes at the surprise to absolutely nobody. A blind man
What?
could have seen this coming, and
Hmm.
I'm sure it's going to be a good match. It just I just don't feel any excitement around Charlotte's, you know,
Presence.
yeah, I'm sorry, man. I just don't. It's Charlotte, bro. I don't feel any. I don't feel any excitement. Or I mean, again, I'm sure the match is going to be great, and I'm going to be seated and watching to see what they do. But please have Tiffany beat her. Please do me a solid,
Please,
Paul.
just do me
Please do
one
me a
favor.
solid. Do not
Literally,
have Charlotte Flair beat Tiffany Stratton, please, for the love of God.
I'm
How
begging you.
yeah. However, she chose Tiffany, and yeah. So interested to see where that goes, but yeah, that was another interesting thing that happened from Friday Night SmackDown. Jacob Fatu is standing out there against Drew McIntyre, and he's in the ring with WWE's top babyface, Cody Rhodes. And this guy's the most over guy in the ring.
Dude, literally eating up the fucking scenery. Fucking
They,
dude,
they
that
are
man ate
chanting
SmackDown.
Fatu. This motherfucker sitting in the ring telling Drew McIntyre he's all gas, no breaks with it. He's going to WrestleMania with it. Um, well,
I
Um,
fucking love Jacob too, man.
yeah, I mean, he is just eating up all the babyface reaction. You know, again, he's like I said, he's just telling Drew McIntyre all this stuff, yada I mean, and he's just eating up all the babyface fucking reaction, and it is beautiful to see. And you know, I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know how people feel about this. I wouldn't have him do it traditionally. I just don't see that in his character. If you want Jey Uso to hold to hold the world title for majority of the summer, who wins Money in the Bank this year? Anybody thought of that?
Hmm.
I haven't up
Jacob
until
would
this
be
point. And
no.
would WWE have the balls to put the briefcase on Jacob Fatu this early?
I mean, he's this popular this early. People like him, which I mean, look how they looked out for LA Knight, but I feel like Jacob Fatu might have a little easier time of, getting over with the company. So maybe I would like that. That would be he would be an insane Mr. Money in the Bank. That cash in would be legendary.
Yeah. Oh, Hunter, that is
I would,
wishful thinking
I
because
would like
Carmelo fans have been in the gutter for quite some time. So you thinking Melo's
Stellar
going to win
started.
Money in the Bank? I'll tell you that is wishful thinking. And although I would love to see it, I would love to see
I
that.
doubt it.
Uh, unless something drastically changes with Melo, and I hope it does. I mean, he would be a great Mr. Money in the Bank. For some reason, I don't see the company putting that. But because my thinking is, I obviously wouldn't have Jacob Fatu as a traditional Mr. Money in the Bank. I would have him, you know, I would have him either announce the cash in or I would have him do a sneaky cash in. But what I would do with Jacob, I would not have him carry around the briefcase. I wouldn't. It
No,
just doesn't fit his character. So if you did, I would kind of
I
just
didn't
have
think
him.
about it, period.
They could. They very could do that. They could have one of the bloodline members.
Infamous
They could have
Tangaloa.
Tongaloa carry the briefcase. Um, but though it could be something, especially because Jay is going to be the world champion. Maybe it might.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would make sense to have Jacob take it from him. So could be interesting. I don't know.
Hey,
It's just something I thought of, just thinking out loud. You know, obviously we're 5-6 months away from Money in the Bank, so anything could happen between that time frame. But again, I was just thinking out
mhm.
loud, being that Jay is going to be the world champion, and for as popular as Jacob Fatu is, could be something that they could think about. It could be. It very well could be.
It could.
I
There's
will.
a lot of people that could win.
I will say though, I can't wait until Jacob does take his first pinfall loss, only because matches like that Elimination Chamber, I think, could have really benefited with guys like him in that.
Eh,
Eh,
Matches like that help break away that, okay, this guy can't be pinned. That breaks that away so that can easily, in a more easier way, become normal, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes.
So I definitely get what you mean because having that, it's always, I mean, it's a great look for people, when they're undefeated like that, but it's also very risky and dangerous, character-wise, and that in certain contexts that could be a time bomb, you know what I mean? So I think I would have liked to put him in there and start easing the brakes on him, losing and it being okay.
Yeah. Definitely. Again, I'm not saying I'm clamoring for the guy to be pinned, but
No,
we
but it's gotta be normal at a point.
yes, yes, but because just matches like that Elimination Chamber, I think just would have been so much just nuts, so much more nuts with a guy like Fatu in there. But anyways, this guy's sitting out there getting babyface reactions. Solo Sokoa pulls up and he is uh he's wearing the
Oh,
Batista gear. He's wearing the Batista.
is
He's got the white turtleneck on. He's got an all white suit and
got the cane.
Jacob Fatu, a little bit later in the night, is just storming through the backstage area. He's swiping shit off production crates. He's beating up production guys. He walks right up
He
to
beat the
Solo. Dude, oh god, I feel sorry for that guy. Um He walks up to Solo and he tells him, "Yo, I've been trying to tap in with you for a minute." And he's yelling at Solo. And Solo tells him, "Look, I needed time off. I feel like I let you and the family down ever since I lost my Ulafala." He tells Jacob, "I'm going to be there tonight and we're going to help get this championship back to our family." Jacob's pissed because it's just, again, Solo did address, but I don't think that was what Jacob was looking for as an answer. Um, you know, Jacob was just kind of pissed because he has every right to be pissed. Like, yo, you walked out on us, bro. Jacob goes to walk away and Solo grabs his arm and he says, "I love you, Jacob." Jacob walks
Hmm.
away. This is interesting,
It's
and
dope.
we
No.
are making it slowly but surely. We are making a baby face out of Solo Sokoa, and it is a cool development to see. It's a very cool development to see because Fatu is obviously, I don't think he's taking well to his apology, and I think the more that Fatu even realizing that he can be his own man was the end of that situation
Yeah.
with Solo, because it didn't matter when Solo came back. Now that Fatu has it in his head that I can stand on my own and be my own man, there's really nothing Solo can say that's probably going to change that. And I am, again, I keep saying it, but I am very excited to see this whole story play out. I think this is going to be such a sleeper story going into Mania. It might even be
Oh,
one of the better stories going into WrestleMania. I think it's going to be really good, this story between Jacob and Solo, because again, everybody believes in Jacob, but I could easily see WWE sprinkling in a little bit of sympathy for Solo Sokoa as we go along with this whole thing. And out of all this, man, I mean, they are just strapping the rocket to Jacob Fatu, and I think he's somebody that absolutely deserves that rocket. I mean, he's cool. The fans love him. Like I said, he's got that cool factor, and he just has it, bro. He just has it, and it's not hard to see.
it's really not hard to see at all. I love what they did here tonight between those two. And I really like what they're building, man. And you're right, Solo, or I mean Jacob, he knows he could be his own man, and everything was cordial. This first, meeting back up between these two guys. But once it gets to a point where Solo starts commanding Jacob and tries to step back into that, leader of a group position, I don't think it's gonna go so well with Solo. And I think that's when things are going to start to boil down, man. I mean, it already started, but things are really going to start to boil down, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal story. I like both. I love the Solo character they're building, dude, of just, he tried to take over, and he failed. He failed, and he's going to be thinking about that, and I think he's going to find his way of being Solo. Might be the best career path for him, dude. I'm going to really like that. I like what they're doing with Solo.
Yeah.
Obviously, love Jacob Fatu, man's a fucking star already. And this is, like you said, it's a real sleeper going into Mania, dude. And I'm so excited. I love the story. The match is gonna bang. I'm excited, dude.
Yes. So we have this qualifying match of Damian Priest, Braun Strowman, and Fatu. And Jacob Fatu was so close to securing a victory. He was so close to securing a victory. Solo came out. He tried to help him. Braun Strowman was gonna, he was in the corner, doing his, I don't know, hulking up for something. And, he gets Samoan spiked. And goes to hit the moonsault on Braun, and Cody Rhodes comes out there. He goes out there to fight Solo Sokoa. Solo ends up spiking Tama Tonga by accident. And this completely was the beginning of the end for Jacob Fatu, because when Fatu seen this, I don't really think he gave a shit about the Elimination Chamber much longer. He got out of the
No.
ring and he started giving Solo that bug-eyed look, where his eyes get real big,
Yeah.
looking at him so fucking crazy. And it looked like he wanted to snap on him. Fatu then ended up getting thrown over the barricade into the timekeeper area. And this led to Damian Priest qualifying for the fucking Elimination Chamber match. And this sparked a bunch of absolutely hilarious online outrage because we have been saying this shit for a year and a half. And now all of a sudden everybody is jumping on the Damian Priest is not that guy wagon. We have literally been saying this for a year and a half, bro. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Year and a half we've been saying. I've been seeing it all over. You guys are just, you know, wrestling fans. They're just fickle. They turned on Jey Uso. They turned on Damian. You know, classic fickle, you know, wrestling fans.
Yeah.
But me, you can't say I'm fickle about this. You
No.
can't say you're fickle about this. Me and you been saying this shit the whole time. The whole singles Damian Priest run. We've been saying Mr. Money in the Bank. We were pissed he was Mr. Money in the Bank. We said he's not that guy. He won the world title. We said he's not that guy. He was a world champion throughout that whole run, every feud. We said he wasn't that guy. Moved to SmackDown, beat fucking decimated Finn in a feud. He wasn't that guy. Now you guys are catching on. We've been saying this shit since Money in the Bank 2023. Homie, you can't call us fickle. I've been on that
No.
Damian Priest ain't that guy train since that train was made. So y'all can't.
Yes.
I'm not fickle. I've been with this shit because to me, he's never been that guy. He's not the main event guy. He's not. You
As
look at that bracket for that chamber match, banger, 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 banger. Damian Priest.
Logan Paul.
It's like, dude, Logan Paul too. Yeah, I don't. At least he could jump around. So
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
give the slight bone. He could jump off a pod. I'll give him that, man. But dude, Damian
He's
Priest,
gonna be a buzzkill
that's
in the
slow.
match. I already know he's gonna be a
He's
buzzkill in the match.
he's so boring in the ring to watch. He's just a heavy punch, and that's it. Like, dude, can't call me fickle. I've been on this. He's not that guy's train for a while now, and I'm glad people are finally hopping on the train, man. People call him fickle all they want. To me, it's the truth. We've been saying it's the truth.
We 100% have. JT, by the way, my man, what up, bro? Yes, Damian
Yeah,
Priest even now he does old school. So you got to love that. But here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Everybody wants to, jump on the Damian Priest is not that guy train now. Don't fucking forget who built the train, okay?
we built the train.
We built that
With
motherfucker.
to watch our Money in the Bank review from fucking 2023. Please,
Bro,
for love of God, watch
I
it.
I remember when Damian Priest would like pump fake a cash in every week when they were like, this guy's supposed to be a world champion one day and they're making him look like shit. I never really gave a fuck, nor did Sir K, because we never seen him as a world champion to begin with.
We, we were saying it the whole time.
Now
We
look,
were saying it the whole
imagine,
time.
just imagine that WrestleMania 40 cash in, but LA Knight's music.
Dude.
It would have blew the roof off the fucking. I mean, there was no roof on the place, but it would have blew the fucking imaginary roof off the fucking place.
Literally, it would have blew the fucking canopy off the fucking ring, dude.
Yes.
That shit would have been insane, dude. Insane. Because I said it with the whole, the whole idea of the Drew feud and whatnot. You could have slot anybody in Priest position at Mania, and it probably would have even been a better moment. LA Knight is the
Fucking right.
fucking golden child in that. Dude, him in that position, that shit would have been insane. That probably would have been the best cash in of all time if it was LA Knight. In
One
my
of,
opinion.
bro.
One up,
One of. I
up
don't.
there with the Dolphin
I was
and the
gonna
Seth.
say yes. It would have been up there with the Dolph cash in and the Seth cash in. It would have absolutely been up there. Imagine that WrestleMania 40 moment with the LA Knight. The little robot intro in his theme song. That would
That
have
shit
went fucking
explode.
nuts.
Oh man, that shit would have fucking exploded. Dude, we've been saying it the whole singles run. all the Judgment Day stuff, all the Finn Balor feud stuff, his arguments, his fucking the start of the seeds of the Finn Balor feud when he's Mr. Money in the Bank. We've always said it. Finn should win the feud. He shouldn't be Mr. Money in the Bank. We've been saying it for years, a year and a half, to be specifically.
Hilarious, hilarious, hilarious to see. It is hilarious to see now everybody all of a sudden does not like Damian Priest. Meanwhile, again, he's not that guy, bro. And we built it. We built
We
it,
built.
okay? So don't ever fucking forget that. You could literally go back and watch, and the proof is right there. The proof is right there,
Literally.
man. And yeah, I mean it's hilarious to see that it took Damian Priest beating out Jacob Fatu in a qualifying match for people to realize he's not that fucking guy. And some of these Damian Priest fans, I don't know who the fuck they think he is. The tweets I've been seeing all week, he's top 5 in the company on the mic and in the ring. Like, bro, who the fuck are we talking about the same Damian Priest? Because they genuinely act like this dude is Undertaker resurrected from retirement and put on our TV screens in today's age.
Like, he's not even the top of the mid card. Dude, I can name fucking a whole mid card and main fucking card division that I'd rather see over Damian Priest, that were better on the mic, in the ring. Damian Priest is just so boring and bland. He's fucking 2017 Roman Reigns, dude. He fucking can't fucking move in the ring. Dude just fucking is a cardboard cutout. Can't cut a promo. He's not that guy, dude. He's just not that guy.
He's not, bro. He's fucking not.
Built this room.
Hilarious. Hilarious to
Hilarious.
see. And again, don't ever fucking forget who built
Don't
the
forget.
Damian Priest is not that guy train. Because it was us.
I was on. We were on the
Yes.
tracks. Mm-hmm.
I was steering that motherfucker, and Sir K was scooping the coal and throwing it in the engine the whole fucking time, bro. So don't fucking forget it.
I was throwing that coal like Santa Claus in that motherfucker, dude.
Yes.
That shit, man. Come on.
Bro,
Come on, Logan.
Jeez.
You're watching Raw or SmackDown?
So Damian Priest is in the chamber. Bit of a buzzkill. And again, like we just said, yes, Logan Paul is in the match too, but honestly, bro, even Logan Paul is not as much of a buzzkill to the Elimination Chamber as Damian Priest is, because Logan Paul's at least gonna put on a show. You at least know that.
He'll hop off some. He'll get a pop. Okay, I'll take it. Damian Priest, what's he gonna do? Clothesline a couple people? Like, dude, this
Salt of heaven.
South of heaven. Dude, I don't care, dude. South of heaven is where I want to go when Damian Priest is on my screen.
Yes. South of the main event scene is where I want to see Damian Priest go with his career. Back to the lower card you go.
Literally.
So, again, don't ever fucking forget, but it is it's so funny to see now all of a sudden everybody doesn't like Damian Priest, bro. We have been preaching this shit. Come on with it. We've been preaching this shit, as Fatu would say, all gas, no brakes with it for about a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So that's that. Yes, Priest qualifies. Fatu, babyface of SmackDown right now. I mean, he is just great. There was some Kevin Owens stuff on here, but that kind of goes hand in hand with Raw, so we're going to talk about that here in just a second. Charlotte officially choosing Tiffany Stratton, and yeah, the Jacob Fatu show, Friday night.
Literally, with fucking 2.5 hours in between.
Yikes. And putting over Damian Priest in between, but I digress. All right.
Lord.
Monday Night Raw.
Let's get it.
Monday Night Raw. You know, Logan, I too have been a Damian Priest defender. I have been defending adamantly that he needs to stay in the mid card. I have. So
I've been defending his mid card status for a year and
I
a half now.
100%. When it comes to Damian Priest, I have been an avid defender of him staying in the mid card where he belongs. So I too am a Damian Priest defender.
Yeah,
Um
exactly.
so Monday Night Raw from Charlotte, North Carolina. The show opens up with Sami Zayn. Interesting. The show opens up
Very
with Sami
interesting.
Zayn as he's back. The last time we seen Sami was, I want to say, 2 weeks ago, the Raw after the Royal Rumble. Yeah, he was out for 2 weeks. So Sami comes out here. He says it's been a rough couple of weeks. He thanks the crowd for the ovation. He says he's been taking the past couple of weeks to think about the history between him and Kevin Owens. He says, and how they are tied together is probably more tied together than any two men in history. In the history of this business. He says, all the way from the pool halls to the independents through NXT and WWE, all the way to the main event of WrestleMania, they did it together. And there's a lot of betrayal and a lot of forgiving and forgetting, but this time there is no forgiving because he tried to end my career. But the problem for Kev is that he did not get the job done. He says he's not 100%, but if Kevin says he's going to be in Toronto for the Elimination Chamber, then I'm going to be there too. He says he wants this fight. Adam Pearce comes out. He says, Sami, what are we doing? We've talked about this, and I know everybody wants this match. Even a big part of me wants this match. But everybody has told you no. The Office, I've told you no. Nick Aldis told you no. Medical's told you no. The answer is no. Sami, as Pearce is walking away, says, Adam, how long have you known me and Kevin? He says, you've known us for a lot longer than before our names were even associated with WWE. You know the history, and you know this time is different. I am not taking no for an answer. Pearce then says, if I give you this match, anything is allowed to happen. If Owens wants to wrap a chair around your head, if he wants to take you up in the stands and beat you within an inch, if he wants to pile drive your head right through that mat, I cannot stop him. Sami gets out of the ring. He walks up to Adam Pearce, who's all the way up top on the aisleway, and he says, Sami walks up to Pearce and he says, I know exactly what that means. That means I can wrap a chair around his head. I could take him behind this barricade and beat him within an inch. And I can pile drive his head into the mat, and you can't stop me. Pearce says, you know what, Sami? It'll be you versus Kevin Owens in Toronto. But it is not official. It is unsanctioned.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
That's gonna be a murder, dude. Of each other. That shit's gonna be insane. As
Yeah.
Logan says in the comments, an unsanctioned match. Fucking love it. Always loved the NXT unsanctioned matches. Those are some of my favorites, dude. Um, this one's gonna bang, dude. It's gonna fucking bang. I'm excited. I love the promo from Sammy tonight. That he doesn't care what KO can do to him because he could do it right back, dude. Like Logan says again, it's gonna be a bloodbath. I'm excited, dude. Two chambers in an unsanctioned match. Toronto's out to eat,
Good
dude.
God. I am
And
pumped
hey,
for the chamber, bro. I am fucking
really,
pumped.
I'm so excited for this show, man. Because the story leading into this match has been great, and that match is gonna be so brutal. I'm so excited, dude. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be phenomenal.
This almost seems to be Triple H's main roster version of Gargano versus Ciampa. And
It really is just
uh
a best friend, literal blood feud. Love it.
Yes. As those two fight for relevance on SmackDown, he has that in Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Maybe their day will come eventually. Um,
Oh,
this is nuts. This is fucking nuts to do, and this is very bold to do because, yeah, these guys are gonna fucking kill each other. And
they're
good
gonna kill each
lord, am I excited for this unsanctioned match? This is gonna be absolutely insane. I already know, bro. This is absolutely fucking insane. This is gonna be absolutely fucking insane. And Rainmaker says, bro, do we see a Steenalizer? Cause
other. I really do. I wouldn't doubt it.
at this point, bro, probably, man. So no, this match is gonna be nuts, and yeah, these two are gonna kill each other. Do we get this at Mania, or do we get Orton and KO at Mania?
I was gonna
Again,
say, do you think that's when Orton returns during that match?
what's up?
I was gonna say, do you think that's when Orton returns during that match?
Could it
Could. I wouldn't
could
be shocked.
could very well be the case. I would be left wondering what Sammy would do at Mania if that's
Yeah.
the case. Because I would hate to see him in like some multi-man match for the IC title. I would hate to
Yeah,
see
I
something like,
definitely don't want to see him in that.
yeah, that would just be kind of stupid. Do they keep Orton out until after Mania?
I wouldn't be shocked at this point, to be honest. I really wouldn't be. And that could play into the story of his hatred for KO is he took him out of Mania and he doesn't have many Manias left. So that would
Fair,
be
yeah,
make him even angrier. So
because
to be honest, I see that happening.
I heard I heard a rumor that they were thinking. Again, this is just a rumor. Take this with a grain of salt. I heard a rumor they were thinking about having Orton host the show. Which, dude, you just had a guy try to fucking kill you,
Are
and,
you
and you're
really, man?
hosting the show. Hey,
Yeah.
welcome to
And
WrestleMania, everybody. Like, huh?
he's just in a fucking neck brace like Tony Khan. Like,
But
what do you think's gonna what?
so Rainmaker thinks one of the guys could be carrying Cross. The thing with Cross though, I don't see them putting that on Mania because not because
Me.
it's not because they can't put on a good match or not because the story's not worth it, but I just don't think because I know a lot of people want to see like whenever people mention like Roxanne Perez and like Bailey, people are like, oh, they could face off at Mania, but like how much space do you guys
It's
think they have on the Mania card? Like it
probably
they
gonna be max 9 matches a card. That's pushing it. That's pushing it. Usually it's going to be 7 or 8. So you get about like 16 to 18 matches in total. That's not a lot when you factor all of
no
the title matches and shit in. That's not a lot of matches. So it was like a match like Big Lee and Roxanne. I see more of like maybe a night after Mania, Raw
yeah
after Mania match, or
backlash something like
yeah,
that.
around Mania, but there's matches I don't think can make it to Mania because it's a big Mania, guys.
Yeah,
It's really big. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, because
th-
I know I want to say last year they did. Here, let's see. Last year, I want to say it was 7 or 8. Um, here we are. So last year had 7 on night 1 and 7 on night 2. So it was 7 matches. It was 7 matches. So 14 matches. I unfortunately don't see a lot of these matches
on-
making the card.
I
Unfortunately,
don't, I don't even know if each like tag title is going to be defended.
you
I could
know that ain't
genuinely want
happening.
to see like one of the tag titles being defended on one of the nights, but like I don't even think all the titles are going to be defended. That's how many like matches they have to get on this show. Um,
My guess is they're gonna do a SmackDown one, and it's gonna be like a triple threat. It's gonna be the Street Profits versus DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. I think the War Raiders get left off.
I do think War Raiders get left off. I really wouldn't be shocked. I could see them saving their match for Backlash.
Yeah,
Um, it, that's the case, and with Orton at this point, I think he is gonna miss Mania. And even you could throw the host thing in there as he could say, "Hell, I was even offered to host the show, but I couldn't do it. I was just so mentally messed up." And dude, I think it might be best for Orton's character if he does stay off Mania because he's gonna come back demon mode and it's gonna be an even grander story. So who knows if we even see Orton?
Yeah. Uh, I don't know, dude. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see, and yeah, I mean I would love to obviously see Sammy on the card, but man, I don't see them I don't ultimately see them having enough space for that. I don't have I ultimately don't see them having space for that. If you do something like Braun and AJ, and you want to have all these other matches like or not Carmelo, like Penta and Ray, and then
Yeah,
Bianca, Jade, or like whatever else you got going on, it's just going to be very interesting to see how all that plays out. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And then again, too, you got mid card titles now, which ultimately, if there's any one of them I see being left off, it's Chelsea Green, because
yeah,
Lyra, being that she is probably going against Becky, that basically punches her ticket. They're obviously going to want to put Becky on the Mania card, but um
yeah.
it's I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see, man. It's going to be really interesting to see. So, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, I
Very interesting. This mania is just so goddamn fucking jumbled, dude. It's insane.
yes, it definitely is. It definitely is, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know. Having Randy Orton, if that rumor is anywhere close to true, and if they are thinking about having him host, that is just, again, to me, that is just not a good idea. A couple months ago, you had a guy pile drive you, and you're coming back to host the show. I mean, that's just
Yeah,
that
that'd be
just
so
doesn't.
stupid.
Yeah,
No.
that's just a bit strange to me, man. I don't know about all that, um, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, I really can't wait for Elimination Chamber, so this Mania road could be a little bit more clear.
Sure.
Because holy shit, we have
Uh,
been left guessing for months. Yeah, I mean about 2 months now, so almost 2 months, a month and a half, but really even longer than that. But yeah,
100%.
it's definitely an unpredictable road to WrestleMania. That's for fucking sure. Um,
Very unpredictable.
so yes, Judgment Day are backstage, and Liv is telling Dominic she's hyping him up for his match against Styles. She says he can beat AJ and be the strong, sexy man that he knows that, or that she knows he is. Dom says, I know I can beat AJ, but I just wish Finn would see it that way too. And then he kind of pauses and he says, well, not the sexy part, but I wish he would see it that way. Finn walks up and he says, I heard my name. And he then starts pressuring everybody to win their matches, and he starts pressuring Raquel, and he tells Raquel how embarrassing. He says it's very important for us to win our chamber matches tonight, especially you, Raquel, because it would be really embarrassing to lose to somebody like Roxanne. Interesting choice of
Mhm.
words, being that she was just NXT champion for like
Oh,
8 months, but okay. Um,
okay. You were in NXT call up too, and you instantly won a
eh,
world title, but okay.
all right.
You were literally the fastest champion. Okay.
Yes.
Well, no, I think that would be KO because he was champ WoW in NXT. So I guess KO might have the one up on him with that. But you know what I mean. He literally fucking got called up and instantly won the Universal title. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, definitely the fastest. Definitely the fastest to win a world title for sure. At least I think coming out of NXT. So Roxanne, in just a move that just made me look up to the heavens and pray that her dialogue gets better someday.
I mean, not right. You said Roxanne.
Raquel, it's regarding Roxanne. Finn
Yeah.
walks away. She crosses her arms and she goes, I'm gonna squash that little pipsqueak.
Did fucking Vince McMahon give you that line? Holy that's the type of shit Vince used to have Bobby Lashley say, dude. What are you? Oh no.
Bro, are we... I'm gonna squash that little pipsqueak. Where did you get that line off of? Phineas and Ferb? I mean,
I think so.
who the...
I think that's where she got that shit from. Cause good lord.
Oh, brother. God, she's bad. Well, AJ Styles then has a match with Dominic Mysterio, which was actually very enjoyable. It was very enjoyable. AJ Styles was having Dominic work his ass off, bro. He was they were in there cooking.
Yeah.
They were in there cooking it up, and it was very enjoyable for what it was. AJ defeats Dominic with a pop-up Styles Clash. Pretty sick. AJ's celebrating, and we see Braun Breaker slide in the ring.
First time since Royal Rumble.
Holy shit. Braun
God damn, look
Breaker
at that. He
found the
broke out.
fucking curtain.
He broke out of backstage, dude. He's free.
He's out of the box, bro. He was in that box.
He's in that box.
Dude, the smile that came over my face seeing Braun Breaker slide into a fucking wrestling ring for the first time. I don't even know the last time he's been in a wrestling ring on Monday Night Raw.
I genuinely couldn't tell you, dude. Genuinely.
Nobody's talking about this.
No.
It's
one ever
over now,
talks
but
about
nobody
that.
was talking about it while it was happening.
No.
He touched the canvas. It was
Look at
nuts.
that.
It was nuts. You really had to fucking be there, bro. It was, I mean, it was up there with, you know, Kofi Mania, I would say.
It was.
Dude, I mean, wow. I mean, it was up there with both of Brian's world title wins at at All In London and WrestleMania 30. I mean,
Literally.
they could have fucking shot off confetti when he slid in the ring on Raw. Dude,
Literally.
this is huge. This is huge. He found the curtain. He goes to spear AJ Styles. AJ moves and Braun decks Dominic. And AJ then hits Braun with a Pele kick. And Braun stood on the outside of the ring pissed off as it looks like we are building to the dog versus the Georgia Bulldog himself, AJ Styles. So
Shit's about to go crazy. That's a fire ass Mania match right there.
that is absolutely nuts. That's a hell of a lot better than AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I mean, that would have been a great match, but you know, I mean, it's Logan Paul.
Exactly. This is an amazing match. This is gonna be insane, dude. Love it. Love just the vibe these two put off against each other. How legit AJ is. How legit Braun is. It's dope as shit, dude. That part where fucking Braun fucking whipped his shirt and fucking AJ just caught it and
Hard.
probably accidentally. Hard as fuck, dude. This shit is about to go crazy, man. I mean, I'm so glad AJ's back, dude.
Forget about AJ. I'm glad Braun's back. Oh my God, he found the curtain, bro. I again, they could have shot off confetti and started and started, I don't know, playing some music, bro, because that was, it was just nuts. It was nuts. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe before my very eyes I was seeing Braun Breaker finally find his way out of the backstage, and there were people trying to tell us. There were people trying to tell me that this was a part of a story for Braun Breaker hanging out backstage for 2 months and not gracing a Monday Night Raw ring. Yeah, that's a great story to derail his momentum and make people think he's a bad champion, which he's not a bad champion. He just doesn't. They don't have him. You don't every time he's in the ring and is able to showcase himself, he's fucking fantastic.
Oh, literally, man.
You hide him backstage, he can't showcase anything.
Literally.
It was great. It was good. First of all, it was great to see AJ in the ring. AJ bringing Dominic to a great match is typical AJ Styles shit. I mean, this is
Those guys.
this is an underrated move that is just it was just ended up being fantastic for Monday Night Raw. I think AJ on Monday Night Raw is great, and I think that yeah, like I said, I think AJ on Monday Night Raw is great, and I'm really glad they moved him over there, man. I think that's just he just seems like he fits over there, which is weird for me to say because I always preferred AJ as a SmackDown guy, but I think the move to Monday Night Raw was best case scenario.
I think it was. He did a lot on SmackDown, a lot of the same old people he faced, and very refreshing on Raw. Very refreshing, dude. Roar Breaker, insane match, dude, and we're getting it, and I'm very excited.
Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile for a #1 contender match at Lyra. And Dakota Kai ends up winning this. All right. Well,
Thought they were going for the gold.
yeah. Okay. Not only did Ivy, not, I guess, fulfill Gable's challenge of having them hold gold by the time he comes back, you had Ivy eliminate Lyra from the Royal Rumble. And then before the Royal Rumble, you teased, or not teased, you had Ivy say to Lyra, I'm going to eliminate you in the Rumble so you can give me a match. Yet she's in a #1 contender match against Dakota Kai and then just fucking loses clean?
Because we know Dakota Kai ain't winning the fucking thing.
No.
Like, she's not winning. So what the fuck? What are you doing here, dude? Why don't you just build up to something for Ivy to take that title, or to at least fucking face her? God damn, what you doing over here? At this point, I don't even know if the Becky match is happening at Mania. So you might as well build for the Ivy match. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know. So
I
that
have
was
no
that.
idea what they're doing here.
Gunther comes out for a promo. He is in the crowd, and originally you couldn't hear him. It was a bit of a mic fuck up in the beginning. You could kind of make out what he was saying, but it was not very clear. But he, starts talking about, so this is what it feels like. I want to feel the energy. I want to feel the energy. So he walks out in front of the crowd and he starts doing Jey Uso's, arm wave. He starts doing it and he's like, come on, guys. Come on, let me feel the energy. He says he wants to feel the energy. He then stops and he says, I don't feel it. He says, but he understands. It's a simple gesture for simple people. I really don't understand how people can say Gunther is lame and boring, but like Damian Priest. I don't get it.
I'm telling you, dude. God damn.
I don't get it at all. Anyways,
No.
regardless. So he walks up to this kid wearing a Yeet shirt. He tells the kid to step aside. Step aside, how about you get out of the way? He keeps walking as he's cutting a promo. He's kind of just... He's not really saying anything of substance in this part of the promo. He's just kind of ragging on the fans. He walks past this fat dude. He walks past this fat dude and fucking Gunther goes, hey, dude, move out of the way, man. It stinks over here.
Fucking love Gunther, man.
As soon as he walks past, this dude flips off Gunther right behind his head. And I LOL'd. Fucking hilarious.
Love it, man. I fucking love Gunther. Those fucking smelly ass fucking fans.
Hey, hey man, better according to some, man, we're the neckbeards. Last time I checked, I don't. Last time I checked, well, first of all, my man over here doesn't have a beard. Second of all, the last time I checked, I don't have any I don't have any hair on my neck. I actually stay with some good hygiene, bro. So
Exactly.
I don't know what they're
They
saying, but fucking hilarious. Move out of the way. It stinks over here.
fucking hilarious. I love Gunther. Wrestling fan, dude, we know firsthand. Fucking hallway of Survivor Series, never
Oh,
forget it. The worst smell I've ever smelled for like a solid 20 seconds having to walk through that shit.
craziest
Oh,
work.
insane.
Whenever we went to AEW shows, it didn't even smell like that.
No, they just visually looked weirder. It was a lot of
Oh,
emo people go to AEW. A lot of emos at
emo,
AEW.
emo, or the
Like the old,
morbidly
just like obese and hairy and like
yes,
unkempt.
the real neck
Yeah,
beards. I'm talking
real.
the hair on their neck connects to the hair on their chest. I'm talking with them.
Like the whole neck is just hairy, dude. Those type of fans. They had a lot of emo people, but dude, they didn't even smell that bad. But dude, Survivor Series,
Holy shit.
man, pure must, dude. And for all the people saying, you guys are the same, y'all not like us. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Hey, hold on. I'm right here with you. On deck, all right. This is actually the Rocks brand, all right.
Oh,
This is some good stuff. This is some Papa Tui. You guys got to get you some, man. So shout out Glazer, even though he fucking dipped on us for WrestleMania.
literally. I use
Shout
Old Spice. I tried Dr. Squash deodorant. Personally, my experience did not like it. Had to switch back to Old Spice.
you got to try the bar soap, man. You got to try
I do hear about the bar
the
soap.
Dr. Squatch bar soap. I'm still smelling like a brick of the brave. All right.
Hey,
So you already know what it is. I got me a bag full of them.
hey.
So regardless, anyways, he says, "Move over, man. It stinks over here." He says, "I don't know how Jay does this." LOL.
Love
So
it. I love Gunther.
Gunther, after he gets past this part and he makes fun of the guy for fucking smelling, he says, Jay may have the advantage out here. But unfortunately for Jay, the match at WrestleMania is not in the crowd. It is inside the ring. And inside the ring, he says he's better than Jay. And Jay knows it. He then gets ringside and he says, "Commentary, you guys are supposed to have an unbiased opinion. So why don't you go ahead and tell me the chances you think Jay has against me?" He then throws his mic at Pat McAfee. Pat says, for one night, and that's WrestleMania night's the only night that matters. So for one night, sure, yeah, I hope he has a chance to beat you. Gunther gets pissed. He throws his jacket off. And he goes to step towards McAfee. Jay comes out. They do a whole brawl. Jay comes out. They do a whole brawl. He came out. He didn't come out waving his hands. He didn't come out playing up to the crowd. He came out serious. They were playing his music, so the fans were obviously doing it. He came out serious. The referees were trying to stop them. He ended up running past them. Him and Gunther ended up brawling, and Gunther ended up getting carried or pushed away by all the officials. They ended up pushing him back into the backstage area. And the whole time, up until about the very end, Jay started yeeting with the audience. But I will tell you this. I loved that they did not do a senseless segment where Jay came out to cut a promo from the crowd. I like that they did not have him come out from the crowd to do his thing. I like that they did not have him yeet for very long. It was basically just at the end of the segment when everything was kind of over with. That was kind of the send-off to the fans. I like the emphasis on not having the whole entrance and the whole ambiance because you don't need it every week. As a matter of fact, I would maybe say about up until 2-3 weeks before WrestleMania. Do not do that
There
crowd
you go.
entrance at all. Deprive
Yeah,
people
let
of it and have
exactly.
Mania be the big moment.
Exactly, dude. I like what they did here with this. I like serious Jey Uso. He's always phenomenal when he's serious, dude. Um, and plus it always looks so good when, it's something serious happening in the ring and the guy is being serious and the crowd is still doing like the cool like motion or the chant or whatever it may be. It makes the thing even cooler because he doesn't even have to do it for the crowd to do it. He's just got to be there, and I just think it makes moments like that even cooler. So I like what they did here tonight, and I hope we get more of this during this feud because it'll make Mania feel even better.
100%, dude. 100%. So again, I would not be opposed to WWE, like I said, waiting a nice 3 weeks or so to just deprive people of that Jey Uso entrance, because you don't have to do the whole ambiance every week, and it's just something that I think would just be very nice. So that was that. It was a great segment, and again, I will have to say, it was a great segment, and overall, I like the direction they're going with the story, man. So it's
Mm.
nice. It's nice.
It is. It is real nice.
And yeah, it's just nice to see them already pushing something so heavily and already building something heavily for WrestleMania. So that is cool. But next, we got Penta versus Pete Dunne,
Mm.
as Pete Dunne, obviously, last week told Ludwig Kaiser not to come out there. Kaiser came out there anyway to distract Pentagon, but it actually ended up costing Pete Dunne the distraction. Actually, ended up costing Pete Dunne the victory, because Penta still got his win. He beat Pete Dunne with a Penta driver, and yeah, that was that. That was that. It was another good showing for Pentagon, as they're slowly but surely kicking off his feud here with Ludwig Kaiser, um, for Monday Night Raw, man. For the mid card scene on Monday Night Raw, which I think is gonna be good. They worked well together in the past, from what we've seen. So afterwards, the three brawl, and Pentagon dives on Pete and Kaiser, who are fighting each other on the outside, and yeah, Penta celebrates, and that was that. So yeah, another solid showing for Penta.
Exactly. Love that they still showcase Penta the way they do. It's not Tony Khan where you're used for 3 weeks. You're not seen again. He's constantly used. He's constantly put in that scene. And I love Raw's mid-card scene. It's great. So, like what they did there, man. Always love it.
For sure. We get a backstage interview with Jey Uso, where Kathy asks Jey how he feels about people doubting him. Jey says, people have always doubted me, and I've always proved them wrong. And at WrestleMania, I am going to shock the world and prove them wrong again. You know,
That's
Jey,
shocking at this point.
I can't take away is it's going to be a great WrestleMania moment.
It
It's going to
is.
be a great WrestleMania moment. And again, what Logan says, the pop is going to be great, but
I
he is not shocking the world, I would say. I think we
No.
all know where this is headed. I think we all know where this is headed, man. So, at this point, Gunther would be shocking the world if he won,
I was gonna
because
say,
that's the shock.
that
Um,
would be the shock. That would be a shock of pure silence. It would be amazing. We're not getting it, so I'm not gonna mark out again about it, but that would be, it's not very, it wouldn't be, it's not going to be a very shocking win for Jey Uso for me. It's going to be great, but it's not
yes.
going to be shocking.
Yes, not at all. Yeah, shocking. Shocking is definitely not the word to use, but I get what he's going. I get what he's going for. Um, so so Roxanne Perez is in a qualifying match here against Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel, I'm sorry, cannot work. I'm
No,
sorry,
she's just
man.
not good, dude.
Dude, I don't know if you guys seen how she took the pop rocks. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
because she's just a lot, bigger than Roxanne. Roxanne is pretty short. Raquel is a tall woman. But God, that looked like shit. I mean,
Horrible.
it looked horrible, man. It was just, I
Was
don't
it
know.
though?
Yeah, it, she really did, dude.
Yeah, me
However,
falling on my ass. Fucking parking lot.
yeah, all that happened before Lillian Garcia announced
My ass.
Roseanne Perez.
Roseland. Come on,
Who
bruh.
the
Are
hell is
you fucking?
Roseanne Perez?
I couldn't tell you, dude. I guess she was on our TV, but I don't. I didn't see her.
I, I'm, I'm, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Who in the blue hell Roseanne Perez is? Well, so yes, Roxanne ended up qualifying for the match. She beat her with the pop rocks, and yeah, I thought it was great. I thought Roxanne winning was great. But the match and the steps we took to get there were I'm sorry, man. I never really have, and I still don't really feel Raquel, bro. I'm not feeling it, man. I don't. I'm sorry to
Not really, no.
the Raquel stands out there, man, but I am not feeling Raquel Rodriguez, bro. She is not good. I'm sorry, dude, but yeah,
No.
yeah, she again, bro. She is just not that good in the ring, man. From what I watch, she is just not very good in the ring. And good lord, did that fucking pop rocks look god awful?
Oh,
So
god awful, dude. Raquel's just not. She's just not there, dude. I'm sorry.
no, she is not. And the bright side though is Roxanne Perez is now qualified for Roxanne Perez is now qualified for the Elimination Chamber match, so she will be going up against. I just had it. Okay, here we are. Okay, she will be going up against. So it'll be Roxanne, Bailey, Naomi, Bianca, Alexa Bliss, and Liv Morgan. Surely
Hmm,
that's got to be Bianca.
it's gotta be.
I would
I'm
think.
sure.
Unless it's going to be Roxanne.
Could be a shocking Roxanne, but if not, I could see her being both the runner-up for, um, the Rumble, and then I could see her being the runner-up for the Chamber too.
Maybe they go Roxanne and Bailey. Maybe Bailey ends up
Maybe.
getting in there too.
I was gonna say maybe that's how they do like the Bailey stuff too, like you said. Maybe.
That
Right. As long as it's
definitely.
not lit, I'll be okay.
I swear on everything. If it's Liv Morgan, dude, that is going to be a
No.
horrible move. That is going to be a
Yeah,
ridiculously horrible move.
exactly.
Um. So yes, Roxanne qualifies for the chamber. The New Day. The New Day are out there. They are bragging about costing Rey Mysterio his qualifying or not costing him, but beating him up after his chamber match last week and sending him away, I guess, for the week. The LWO come out there and Dragon Lee was acting leader, I guess. He was on the mic. He was talking to the New Day. He was the main one talking to the New Day or whatever, and they ended up going down to the ring and sending the New Day away. Um, so this was okay. This was okay. It was pretty harmless, but I'm just left wondering when and if Big E is going to come back and where if Big E is still not set to come back for a while, where are they going with
New
all
Day
this
could.
New Day stuff?
Exactly, dude. If Big E isn't coming back or isn't coming back soon, what is the point of this New Day stuff at the end of the day? I would like, because the whole point at the end of the day is for Big E to come back. But if he's not, then I really don't know what they're doing with this. So I don't know. I don't know. I will see how it goes, but I would have thought, stuff would have happened in the Rumble or something would have happened by now, but I don't know. Maybe we're not gonna, get all that confrontation until maybe right before Mania, maybe just in case. But I don't know, man.
Maybe they
Or
maybe they
really
bring
save it?
maybe they bring Biggie back at WrestleMania.
Yeah, maybe. But like, it's more valuable to do the Mania triple. I don't know, dude. Please, at the end of the day, eh, don't have him return at Mania. Do a fucking year's build to the fucking Mania New Day triple threat. You had the chance to just do it, and it's okay to just do it. I'm so sick of waiting for matches, dude. I'm sick of it.
I could see I could see Rainmaker says he could see the New Day taking out LWO one by one, which then leads to Ray and Penta versus New Day.
Yeah,
I could see that, but I would honestly rather just do Penta versus Ray. I could see
'cause
them doing that just because, Ray and Penta are both baby faces. I could see it. Personally, again, I would do Ray versus Penta, just that, but if they are keeping them both babyface, I'll say as long as they don't officially put Penta in the
like,
LWO, because there's
please don't put in that faction, for the
I
love of God.
I don't think they will. I think they
No.
know, he doesn't, need to piggyback off LWO. The LWO shouldn't be a thing, to be honest.
No.
Um, but maybe they team at Mania. I could see that, and then afterwards, one of them goes heel. I could see that, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know, man. So yeah, that was a New Day segment, and the main event of Monday Night Raw was Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor in a
Hey,
qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. Hey, what do you
bang
expect,
bang.
man? Hey, yes, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, man. Again, what do you expect, bro? These guys, every time these guys get the chance to dance, bro, it's always good shit, man. So, um, the ending to this match was actually very, very cool. Finn had a crossface in on Rollins. He went to roll back, or he did roll back to reposition Seth in the middle of the ring. Seth rolled out of the crossface, and in just perfect fluidity, as Finn is trying to get back on his feet, Rollins stomps him, and again,
Mm,
just the most fluent that fluent can be in a wrestling sequence. When you get to sequences in wrestling, and sometimes it can look like the guy's just waiting there for the move to happen to him.
yeah,
It legitimately looked like Finn was trying to race to his feet, but Rollins was just way too quick, beat
way
him to
too
the punch.
fast. Mm-hmm.
He stomps Finn Balor into oblivion and beats Finn Balor and qualifies for the Elimination Chamber match. So, going back to the Elimination Chamber, the men's Elimination Chamber match looks like this: John Cena versus CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins
Fire.
versus Damian Priest
Uh,
versus Logan Paul.
boo. You got a sleeper and then you got a hibernation in there.
Wow.
Fucking
Damian
A.
Priest. Imagine how that would have been. Cena,
Dude.
Punk, McIntyre, Rollins, Fatu, and Paul.
Oh, dude. Man, that shit would have banged, dude. Come on. Why is that man in there? God damn it. But great main event to Raw, dude. Obviously, Pin took the pin. No
Finn
way.
Balor.
Um, but he did get good offense in that match. There was moments where he
Yeah.
could have had it. So it
Yeah.
wasn't one of the Priest matches where he just gets fucking annihilated the whole match for no reason.
Buried.
Um, buried, literally buried. So great competition between the two. Obviously, a phenomenal match. And when it's to a guy like Seth, a loss is okay. Obviously, when you pile on all the other losses, it's not great. But he's not losing to Damian Priest tonight, so I'll give him that bone. But like what they did tonight, man, main event banged, and Seth is in that match. And besides Priest, fucking Chamber match looks phenomenal.
Yeah. If Fatu was in there, you
I don't
could
know
have
who he
maybe done
is.
something with
Yeah,
Solo again trying to help him, but end up
yeah.
costing him. One thing you can do, though, that's obviously a plus from Fatu not being in here. What is, if you look at maybe what they could do for Cody, I know a lot of people don't want to see Solo and Cody just one-on-one again. What if you did a triple threat match
That'd be
with
interesting.
what if you did a triple threat match with Fatu, Solo, and Cody at Chamber, and you end up having turmoil there with Solo's actions not matching his
Hmm.
words. He says he wants Fatu to hold the championship and to bring it back to the family. Maybe he tries to, sneak in a
Mandiver.
spike on
Mm-hmm.
Fatu or break up a Fatu pin or something like that. Could be interesting. Could be interesting, man. But yeah, so Seth Rollins qualifies for the Chamber as officially now the Chamber matches are set. So again, we have Roxanne, Bailey, Naomi, Bliss, Morgan, and Bianca for the women, and for the men we got McIntyre, Punk, Rollins, Cena, Paul, and Priest. So, um, gotta love it. But yeah, man. So that is those are your Chamber matches. And again, March 1st cannot fucking come fast enough, man. I mean,
No, I need it.
yes, bro, we are 11 days away from the Elimination Chamber, and I cannot wait to see where the hell this WrestleMania season is headed so we can just, for the love of God, talk about this stuff, man. So I am super
Definitely.
excited. I'm super excited, and I know all you guys are too. But yeah, man. So that is basically everything, man. That was your episode of Monday Night Raw. Honestly, not a crazy episode of Monday Night Raw tonight. It was, it was
Oh,
good. Some things were very good on it, man. But it wasn't. Like I said, it wasn't the. It was a great episode. It wasn't the craziest episode, or I would say it was a good episode. It just wasn't the craziest episode I think we've ever seen. But yeah, so that is pretty much everything, man. That is pretty much everything here today for your 235th edition of Unscripted. And yeah, man. So that is everything, man. And that is going to do it for another edition of Unscripted. Thank you guys so very much for coming out, man. Everybody who came out, joined us, Logan, Rainmaker, Flex, this guy,
that dude.
JT, my man Hunter. Thank you guys so very much. And of course, Lonnie. Thank you guys so very much for joining us, man. JT is actually he decided to be here in the live chat, man. So he's not a part of the replay
Love it.
mafia today. But we always got our guy JB. We know he's gonna rep the
Sleep.
replay mafia, and Belle, because of course she has to sleep. But
Oh, who needs that?
I know, right? Amateur, dude. Complete amateur. But but that is everything here today for you guys, man. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. Like I said, for the 235th edition of Unscripted. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us. As always, you already know what it is. It has been a pleasure for my Johnny.
Nice. Okay.
And that is going to do it for this edition of NHP, another edition of Unscripted. This has been episode 235. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all on Friday. Pause.
Friday's time. Friday's time. Almost forgot that.
Whew. Oh, Lord. Okay. Friday. Oh, God. Fridays. Oh, God. I genuinely. Oh, how do we forget that? Friday's episode is going to be an early episode. Friday, instead of 4 p.m. Central, we're normally live at 4 p.m. Central. We will be live at 1 p.m. Central. 1 p.m. Central, man. Mark it on your calendars. Come hang out with your boys for a little bit of the news, man. So now, with that, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all on Friday at 1 p.m. Central with the news.
Peace.